The following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
It's time to get in the ring with DJ DQ.
Yes, it is. It's time to get in the ring with DJ D. Kooks and Beast Mike. I am DJ D. Kooks.
And I am Beast Mike, and it's actually a pretty rainy State College. Where everyone's getting ready to come back to school here. The moving weekend is on its way. Obviously, school starting next week, and then obviously college football starting right after that. It's going to be quite a time here in State College for the next few months, I would say.
Yes, and I am in beautiful Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. I just moved,
Okay.
so that's pretty cool. And it's also rainy. As it's raining at Lincoln Financial Field right now. We're recording this in the midst of preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
As the Philadelphia Eagles are getting crushed by the Baltimore Ravens, and Beast Mike's Miami Dolphins.
We're down 7-6. We're in the third quarter. The offense really hasn't done but too much. Both defenses have been pretty productive. Looks like Fitzpatrick. Why is Ryan Fitzpatrick still in the game? Josh Rosen hasn't played at all, for those who are wondering. It's been Fitzpatrick who really, honestly, just hasn't done anything really that productive for the Dolphins.
So you gotta think.
That's where we are. It's I don't know. Flores hasn't made his decision. I'm thinking it's going to be Fitzpatrick, but there's been no real decision made. Okay, nice little check down.
Yeah.
Solid check down to Myles Gaskin.
And his team's actually on national television.
Yep, yeah, they're on Fox. Yeah, Miami's on Fox tonight. And they're pretty much Joe Buck, and they sent the whole crew. Buck, Aikman, Aaron Andrews on the sidelines. Mike Pereira, the whole crew, like even the pregame show crew is down in Miami. The Super Bowl is in Miami next year, so that's pretty much. I think that's why they really did it.
Right, and they're probably advertising SmackDown a little bit on that as well.
They actually showed the SmackDown commercial, which is a whole lot of Kobe and a whole lot of Charlotte, but they showed the SmackDown commercial.
Nice.
Yes, they did.
To tie it back to wrestling, there is a nice little TV move sort of made in lieu of another TV move last week.
So NXT. So basically, USA is gonna, as we all knew, USA is losing SmackDown to Fox. USA will now be gaining NXT. And NXT is going to go 2 hours. This blew up, Tuesday morning?
Yeah, there were rumors of this. It was originally going to be FS1, but the Big East told them, fuck off with the college basketball. So, Wednesday night is a big night for Big East college basketball. As they do the Wednesday night doubleheader on FS1 and FS2. They gotta keep Villanova on strong, as I'm right by Villanova. So,
and so and Nova obviously with new arena. Nova just won 2 titles in 4 years. So obviously Nova's going to get some play on that in that coverage. For Fox, it's a big deal in a sense of it's a big deal for NXT. They're a huge winner in this because it's just more exposure. I was hoping to go 2 hours eventually, and I'm glad they're actually doing it. I think people are concerned about the creative control and who's going to be in charge of it. Is it Hunter or is it Vince? Which I think a lot of people think it's going to be Vince that's going to be the one in charge of this operation.
Right.
Which I think is a big concern. Which a lot of people think is a big concern because I don't think a lot of people really trust Vince in terms of like his creative abilities as of now. So if it's Hunter, no problem. I think NXT is gonna. I still think NXT is gonna do fine, just because of the pure talent that NXT has. But it is a little bit concerning just what kind of direction NXT is going to be under, because it's done so well with Hunter. I don't think anyone wants to see that train get derailed whatsoever.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Cheat said there will be no immediate changes being made to NXT, but you may never know
Right.
what goes on backstage. So, in that case, it's
That
going
naturally
head-to-head
says
with
that's
AEW.
Yes, we're getting Wednesday Night Wars. We're getting a Wednesday Night War. That's gonna make for a highly entertaining. It's gonna make for everyone raising their game. I think that's gonna be the best part of all of this. People are gonna raise their game, knowing full well that this competition. And we're in a world now where you can watch both if you have the proper devices. So it's gonna make that all the more entertaining. What's gonna be the ones that grab the attention most? And WWE, I think, did the smart play here by saying, you know what? Let's come out 2 weeks before AEW does. So they'll come out 2 weeks prior. What a catch by Kasicki. Good stuff. Anyway, they'll come out 2 weeks before, so they get a little bit of a head start and a jump and saying, okay, let's throw some stuff out here and see what we can do with it.
Right.
Linebacker, good catch.
And AEW has sold out 3 of their television tapings in DC, Philadelphia, and Boston.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to Pittsburgh too.
And Clark and West Charleston, West Virginia. So that's pretty cool that AEW is doing that. NXT will still emanate from Full Sail University.
That was the other thing I was wondering. Were they going to take it on the road, or were they just going to keep it at Full Sail? That was the other thing I was wondering. But okay, they're going to keep it. They're going to keep it local. They're local for them, and then Full Sail University. So that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't think they want a third traveling roster around.
Probably not. I think that would be a whole lot of hassle and a whole lot of stress that's unnecessary.
Yeah. So, it's interesting to see where AEW is going. It's interesting to see what WWE does to respond to it. And it will be a story in the next few weeks as we will be covering AEW and
WWE on a weekly basis.
Yes.
And then NXT on a weekly basis, right?
Right. So it's definitely this paradigm shift, almost. And I wanted to do one show note. At the end of this week's show will be last week's show, which we did record, but Danny, who moved just a couple days after the one we recorded on Thursday, forgot to put up the episode because he was worried about other things. So you'll hear our SummerSlam thoughts and things like that at the end of last week's episode. It's going to be a mega episode this week.
All right. So that's good programming notes. So now, really, it seemed like not much else really happened outside of WWE. So
No, because Jon Moxley's dealing with an elbow injury. The Observer reported that the extent of the injury is unknown, but it could be an infection picked up during a show in Japan. His elbow was heavily guarded during the Pena match last week at NEW. So, and then Will Ospreay, good old Will, tweeting out, never say ever, but for the next 5 years, Will Ospreay is property of the Lion Mark, which means he signed a 5-year deal with New Japan.
He would have undoubtedly been the hottest free agent to hit the market had he not signed that deal.
And he's in the right place, so.
They use him creatively really, really well. Andrew, wow, dude just missed the extra point. That doesn't normally happen. But, yeah, I think it's a smart move for Ospreay and a smart move from New Japan. Ospreay's having an incredible year, as we've only gushed over for the last month or so. It's a good play. It's a good move on both sides. Will looks like he's only going to get better as time goes on, and he could, I think, eventually be a cornerstone in New Japan with his short order. So it's a good move on all parties involved for him to stay there. He just fits there really, really well.
And then in related news, the XFL released their teams.
Yeah, I saw that. Question: what do you had an easy golden opportunity to market the Vipers in St. Louis. Randy Orton's from St. Louis and known as the Viper. Yeah, that's a layup opportunity. Why are they in Tampa? Why did the Vipers name go to Tampa, not St. Louis? I don't. That's a
I
layup
like St. Louis' name though.
I like the name.
The Battlehawks.
That's fine. That's dope. That's probably the dopest name out of the 8. But I just wish that were in Tampa and not in. You had an easy layup opportunity to market with Randy Orton in St. Louis. That'd have been an easy layup to get more buzz towards the XFL. I think they're doing it right by holding off on the actual league year until 2020. I think that's the right thing to do. Build it up properly, market it properly, and kind of get everything ready to go when it's time. I like that from it. I think they just missed the golden opportunity by not having the Vipers as a St. Louis team.
I love the Houston Roughnecks name though.
Logo's good. They came out with some good logos. I like the DC Defenders name. I think that's solid. I think the St. Louis name is pretty dope. So they came out with some good names involved. So I think it was the marketing, like the team names I think are fine. I just wish they switched St. Louis and Tampa. I wish they switched those two. But they look good, though. They do look good. XFL 2020, I think, could have something.
And then...
So the names, for those who don't know, Dallas Renegades, which I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. Fits with the whole Cowboys thing. Houston Roughnecks, they got the throwback Houston Oilers logo, which I dig that. LA Wildcats. That's all right. That's probably that may be the weakest so far. New York Guardians. Okay, I guess they're trying to play off a Batman thing. I guess, but that's not that strong either. St. Louis Battlehawks probably got the best logo. The Battlehawks are the best logo in the group. The Seattle Dragons, I think that's dope. I like their kind of vignette video. The Tampa Bay Vipers and the DC Defenders. Those are your 8 teams. For those who do not know.
Right.
The Dallas one, the Seattle one, and the St. Louis one are probably the 3 that stood out the most. And Houston as a 4th are the ones that stood out the most to me.
Right. Yeah, those were the 4, really. The other 4 were meh,
Yeah.
But another note regarding NXT, they got $50 million per year. Another $50 million for rights fees, which that's money coming into WWE. USA pay.
Yeah. Well,
plus production costs and everything like that.
That's pretty good.
And ad revenue. And another note on that, USA is going to air the NXT live show at 8 p.m. 7 Central on starting September 18th, and then every Thursday will be put up on the network.
Okay, this is gonna be day after. Which that's good. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I think that was the other concern I had was gonna take a month to put it up on the network at like Raw and SmackDown, but apparently that's not the case. So that's smart. I like that. That's a good decision. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Meltzer also noted that McMahon is not expected at NXT live taping and has been seen less and less at the Raw and SmackDown live tapings. Which means he's focusing on the XFL. Which is bound to fail after the AAF.
Well, the AAF, I think they went in too headstrong. I think the AAF, tried to do too much too soon. And they got themselves financially in trouble. So I think that's really where the AAF screwed up. And they used the wrong people, kind of tried to invest in it. It was the people who basically own the Carolina Hurricanes got involved. It just never worked. I think they tried to do too much, which why I think WWE is taking the. I think the Vince and the XFL I think are taking the smart approach and they're slow playing it and they're building it up, making sure they have everything in place, and then they go into 2020. I think that's a smart decision. Don't throw everything out there all at once. I think they have to make sure you got all your bases covered before you go in. That's what the AAF completely botched it. So, and the sad thing is, some of the football was actually passable. The Birmingham team a couple of the teams were trash, but like there were a couple of teams that were nice in the AAF. But there were some teams that were just straight trash.
Yeah, there were. Yep. But I don't think I honestly just thinking about it, really don't want a second league because I don't see the benefit of it.
I don't want it to be in direct competition. Do what the AAF tried to do, and that's have football in the NFL's offseason. That's perfectly fine to me. But it should go. The season should be pretty much be from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, within that time frame. So we're talking early April to mid-August, pretty much.
Right.
I think that's their best shot.
Right. Let's get to some wrestling here. As we talked a lot about football.
Mm-hmm.
So Raw.
So big stuff that happened from Raw. First off, the King of the Ring tournament began, and we got a couple decent matches. We got Cesaro and Joe. Joe getting it done, putting Cesaro to sleep with the coquina. Decent match there. We got a match with Cedric Alexander and Sami Zayn. It was all right. And then Cedric basically closed the deal and finished Sami off with the lumbar check. More on Sami in a little bit. Other big things that happened from Raw, Sasha Banks coming back as a heel, continuing to do her thing and beat up Natty and basically do her thing against Natty, which is clearly they're setting up with Sasha versus Becky. It seems to me that's pretty obvious. It's coming up for Clash of Champions. Perfectly fine. I actually would not mind seeing Sasha win and have a good run with the title, honestly. I think Sasha would be perfectly fine in that regard. I like that the Revival faced Woods and E, and Randy Orton basically made it rain with RKOs on Raw.
Yeah, he made it rain with the RKOs.
He got Big E first, and then he got Kofi, and then he got Woods, and what was effectively a 3D from the Revival, helping him out. And then they basically took out Woods' leg and made that a thing, and made Kofi watch, which I think was some savagery on the Revival and Randy Orton's part. Kofi would get his revenge on SmackDown with a Trouble in Paradise to Randy, and would basically waylay the Revival with steel chairs. So it's a good quality revenge by Kofi, as he almost tried to take out Randy and try to do it for Woods. The other thing, let's see, we got the Fiend taking out Jerry the King Lawler with a mandible claw. I like that he's using the mandible claw as a finisher. Don't bother. You clearly got something with the fans with this Fiend character. Don't screw this up, people. It looks like they actually could do something with this. I want to see the Fiend go on a little bit of a revenge tour. Kind of get back at the people that where every time he had big matches, he just wouldn't win. He already got Finn, so I kind of want to see a revenge tour here from the Fiend. Just put out victim everyone that did Bray wrong. Just come back and get revenge on him. I'd like to see that. I wouldn't have any problem with Randy, considering he was WWE champion and then lost it to Orton. So I think Randy would probably be the last one on the hit list, I would say. I'm trying to think like what else with the major stuff that happened on Raw here. Decent match with Dolph and Roman. Ultimately, it was a spear by Roman. Dolph keeps getting speared and keeps eating them quite often. Dolph gets beat by Roman. But it was a decent match at least. Raw did not close with Randy. Raw closed with was going to be AJ facing Strowman for the U.S. title, but that one morphed into a tag match with Anderson and Gallows with the tag titles on the line on Raw, facing Strowman and Rollins. And Strowman and Rollins get it done with a really nice close. Strowman with the running power slam, getting it done. So Seth's a double champion for the third time in his career, and Braun Strowman's now a two-time tag champion. It seems obvious that it's going to be Seth versus Braun at Clash of Champions. It's just a matter of how slowly they're going to play this up until then. But it seems fairly obvious to me that that's what's going to go down.
Right. They love doing that frenemy storyline.
Yep.
So yep. Raw was okay. I thought it was
alright.
SmackDown was the better show, I thought.
Yeah, SmackDown was probably better. Buddy Murphy, Daniel Bryan, that was a dope match. Let's start with that. That was a really, really good match. Buddy Murphy again getting put on. Some would argue Cedric, some would argue Mustafa Ali as in terms of the MVP of 205 Live last year. But Buddy had an excellent year in his own right, and he put up a really good match with Daniel and got it done by pitting him with Murphy's Law. Very good match on their part. We'll get to the doppelganger thing in a moment. But King of the Ring stuff that happened, Andrade versus Apollo Crews, pretty good matchup between the two. Apollo's been really putting it together, putting some good performances together. Good job there. Ultimately, it was Andrade getting it done. A little bit of help from Selena, but Andrade getting it done with the Hammerlock DDT to get the pin and to move forward in the King of the Ring. A whole lot of BS happened with Elias and Kevin Owens. You really could have seen that coming from a mile away. That Kevin Owens would get screwed somehow out of the King of the Ring. Your current 24/7 champion Elias did not have to defend it at all. Basically, Shane suspended the rule for SmackDown, which pretty much prevented Drake Maverick from even attempting to get the title off of him. Elias moves on with a fast count by Shane and a whole lot of those kinds of shenanigans. We kind of could see that coming a mile away. Moment of bliss with Bayley, really Charlotte, and then Bayley interrupted. As it's clear that Bayley and Charlotte are going to battle at Clash of Champions. So we're going to have all four horsewomen of WWE in two title matches. That seems like it's par for the course with those four horsewomen. Now that they're all back,
right?
Should be a pretty productive match though between Bayley and Charlotte. They seem to have solid matches.
Yeah, they have good chemistry.
Yeah, so I get no issues really. I think those are probably your two best women on SmackDown anyway. So I had no real issues there. I got no beef there. And let's see other things that was a lot of that's really the main stuff that happened on SmackDown. Because we didn't really get New Day because other than what Kofi did, because Ian Woods weren't there. We got the Revival beating Heavy Machinery. What was a solid match, so I will say that. Good match with Heavy Machinery and the Revival. It seemed like Revival is going to face Ian Woods in Charlotte for the tag titles, which okay, that's perfectly fine. No issues there. So really, what this was on the main roster was basically we're building for Clash of Champions. A lot of this was a build up towards Clash of Champions, and so far, based off just what I'm reading and what I'm just kind of noticing and what's pretty obvious, we've got obviously all titles are up for grabs here. Oh, good escape by Rosen. Word, easy first down right there. So the matches that we can pretty much chalk up and put together. Obviously, Kofi and Randy for the WWE title. That seems like that's pretty obvious. We got I'll go on the SmackDown side first. We got the Intercontinental title. It seemed like it's going to be Miz and Shinsuke after what happened on SmackDown, where Sami Zayn decided to enlist the help of Shinsuke Nakamura as he's trying to get his career back on track, and he's effectively going to be an interpreter, I guess, for Shinsuke. They pretty much 2-on-1 on the Miz, and Shinsuke dropped a couple Kinshasas in there without saying a word. It's looking like I'm guessing it's going to be Shinsuke and Miz for the IC title in Charlotte there. Obviously, Charlotte versus Bayley, that's pretty much a lock. And then Ian Woods versus Revival, pretty much a lock. I would imagine since Well, really, Sonya and Mandy, I would imagine that they're really the next best team that hasn't gotten a shot at Nikki and Alexa. I would imagine they're going to be the team that throws hands with them for the SmackDown for the women's tag titles. I'd imagine that's going to be a lot.
Right.
That's good. That's what's going to go down. On the Raw side, we've got. It's looking like Rollins. I'd have to think Rollins and Strowman are going to fight for the Universal title. I had to think that's how this is going to go. And whether the only question is, how will the tag titles be defended? Will Rollins and Strowman have them and then basically making them both wrestle twice? Or will they lose to either the Gallows and Anderson or another team and we go from there? That's one thing I do wonder how they're going to play the Raw tag titles involved here. As for the U.S. title, who does AJ face? I think that's the other part about this. Who does AJ face? You figure they're not going to do Ricochet. So I do wonder who would you like to see AJ face, honestly?
On the Raw side?
Yeah.
Let's do a Sami Zayn program. Oh, they're both heels. Fuck.
Sammy will be dope against AJ, but right, they're both heels, and you obviously put Sammy with the Shinsuke thing. So
It's probably
they won't do that. Well, Shinsuke's probably gonna fight Miz.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who they put against AJ. They're not gonna put Ricochet.
No, they won't do Ricochet. It just
Yeah.
didn't flow. It just didn't flow as well as it should have between those two.
Yikes. I really don't know who they're gonna put. Yikes. That Raw roster's light right now.
Because ideally a guy like Cedric would be dope, but Cedric's still in the ring tournament. Cedric would be a good look, but as long as Cedric's still in the King of the Ring tournament by then, you can't really do it with Cedric. And obviously that's the other part about this. The King of the Ring finals is going to be at Clash of Champions too. So that's the other part, obviously, that I should probably mention here. Ideally Cedric gets beat at some point, and then Cedric faces AJ, which I think would totally rock. I'd be all for that. Cedric's really come on strong since he dressed up as a janitor. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, so I think that would be my pick there. And then as for now, we can jump to 205 here, which really 205 was about the 10-man tag.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, well, it actually was. It actually was. And really, everyone got their shine. Ultimately, it came down to Angel Garza on Gulak's team versus Humberto Carrillo and Oni Lorcan on Lorcan's team. And it was Carrillo who got the pin on Garza. But Garza and Carrillo, give me that. Sign me up for that rivalry. I want more of that. I know they're cousins, I get that, but there's so much flow. It flows well.
Yeah.
The chemistry's well. The story builds well. Everything about that. I want more of that. I want to see. I like Garza in that breakout tournament. He's probably the guy I was most looking forward to seeing. Other than Swerve Scott's entrance music, which I find is still dope. But Angel Garza was the guy I think I was most looking forward to seeing in that breakout tournament. Now I want to see him versus Carrillo on 205 a whole lot more often, because that looks like that's got promising potential between the two. That's got like Buddy, Cedric, Mustafa type of flow. They got that kind of style to them. Or they could.
Yeah, I like
pretty much
Angel
every style.
Garza.
Berto's been excellent this year, so I want to see that flow continue.
Right, and then NXT had the match between Riddle and Dane.
Where basically Killian Dane destroyed Riddle, even though Riddle wanted more heat with Killian Dane. So like, Dane won the match, but it's clear that rivalry's not over. We got Mia Yim beating up Vanessa Bourne, and then getting beaten up by Shayna Baszler and Maria Shafir, who Maria Shafir, because she's Jessica Mendoza was still hurt with the cast. I do what Mia did. Shayna tried to recruit her. It just did not work. We got Jordan Miles basically confirming what I think a lot of people people could have assumed that he's going to go after Adam Cole in the NXT Championship. That's happening in 2 weeks. Street Profits versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. That's happening next week. We're going to get Dijakovic versus Keith Lee in a match that I absolutely needed to see run back. Finally, Dijakovic is healthy, and we're going to run it. They're going to run it back. I love that they did the video package, kind of detailing their history together. 10-year history, really 5-year history between the two of them. I love that. I see you, Josh Rosen. Look at you escaping. Ooh, what a time! What a time by Josh Rosen. Let's go. Anyway, but yes, it was a absolute good NXT as we're building up, obviously, to the big move. But a good NXT this week as we've got a lot of quality stuff. Also, Shane Thorne beating up Bronson Reed. It was a solid match. So good NXT as well. And to close out WWE stuff, we got WWE NXT UK. We're getting a triple threat tag team match as after Mark Andrews beats James Drake. So we're gonna get a triple threat tag match for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. GYVs versus Mark Andrews and the Modern Father versus Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. So we're going to get the triple threat tag there. They continue to build up Kaylee Ray versus Tony Storm. Kaylee Ray cut. Huh?
Tony Storm, I was just saying.
Yeah. They continue to build that up. And that continues to cut. Kaylee Ray cut deep earlier this week with their promo coming at Tony Stanley. That got cut pretty deep. Similar to how Sasha cut deep with Natty and her family, which they cut real deep there. We are continuing to. I love the way they play the Walter stuff, the Walter and Tyler Bate thing. So basically, Eichner and Bartel of Imperium got jumped right after their win against the Hunt. They got jumped, and we didn't know who did it. Everyone would assume it was Tyler Bate. Actually, no, it was Trent Seven. Look at Josh Rosen escape. Josh Rosen, I see you. First thing goal. Well done. Anyway, we get so basically we got to the end of the show, and it was Trent Seven who jumped the other two members of Imperium, and then he jumped Alex Wolf, and basically leaving. He got the drop on Walter a little bit, and then he went after Alex Wolf as this nicely laid trap by Mustache Mountain worked to perfection. As the show ended with Walter getting hit with the title driver 97 in the middle of the ring and being left laying as Bate held the title over his head. So this is a really nice play trap by the boys from by the BSBs. Well done on their part. So all in all, a pretty good, enjoyable NXT UK. I really liked NXT UK this week. Good stuff. We get the Lucky versus Jordan Devlin at TakeOver. Actually, that's next week. We got Noam Dar is going to face his old friend Ken Williams. Is going to face Travis. Huh?
He's going to face Travis Banks at TakeOver.
Yeah, he's going to face Travis Banks, right? So we're getting this is going to be a good TakeOver. This TakeOver card is going to be good. We got some good matches here. I like this. Miami just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, Bate Walter, which main evented the Progress Wembley Stadium show. Wembley Arena show.
Good stuff there. Miami goes for 2 and gets it. Nice. Good drive by Josh Rosen. Good drive, Josh Rosen.
Yep. So we will go to our matches of the week. We have two matches from the 90s. One from Mexico and one from Japan. Here. As we got the team of Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi versus one of my favorite tag team names of all time, the Holy Demon Army of Toshiaki Kawada and Akira Taue. So these teams had a long-running feud in All Japan, and this is the champion, the Real World Tag League final. No, this is a world tag team title match between Misawa and Kobashi and Kawada and Taue. My bad. Just a FYI, we're recording this at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
We're both a little tired, so. And then our second match will be Negro Casas versus El Dandy from CMLL for their World Middleweight Championship, 7/3/1992. So we'll go to Japan first, then Mexico.
Okay.
3.
Yep, I'm ready when you are.
I'm just making sure I have the right date on this. All right, so in 3, 2, 1, go. I'll turn this down a little bit. Kawada's in the yellow and black. Wiz Khalifa would really like Kawada's outfit.
Black and yellow. I see what you did there.
You see what I did there. Taue is in the red. Misawa is obviously in the green and white, and Kobashi's in the orange. Woo! I just saw a bolt of lightning, and this is obviously clipped.
It's been rain all across Pennsylvania. Yeah, this is close. Yeah, this is definitely edited.
As we started with some chops.
Shoulder tackle. All right. Nice arm drag takeover. And shoulder tackle response. It seems like this was good DDT. Good DDT there. Good DDT.
Yep. This is the finals of their Real World Tag League.
Second good DDT there.
Kobashi responds with a second DDT. Kobashi.
Leg drop to the back of the neck.
Ouch. This is intense already. The crowd's pretty hype.
The crowd looks like they're into it. The crowd is pretty much into it. Nice, good body slam right there. Going to the top. Nice moonsault. Beautiful moonsault. But he couldn't get the cover. It looked like he hurt himself on the landing.
And they probably were working on the knee early on in the match.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, he's holding his left knee. He does tag out though.
To Misawa.
And Misawa's going to work. Diving shoulder block right there.
These are both big. These are all big dudes, and they're flying around like they're light heavyweights.
Nice spinning corkscrew clothesline. There we go.
Yup. You got it.
I'll get it out at some point. He didn't hook the leg, but it did. There was a kick out. I would kick out anyway, but it's still a kick out. Keep it back in the corner. Coming close to the back, and then nice agility. Nice pivot back elbow off the second row, of the second turnbuckle. Now we're going to trap got the arm trapped. Good ring interference, smart. Sleeper hold, smart. Decision. Like this. Legal men are in the ring, and the non-legal men are pretty much. He got out. He got out. Now this match is breaking down. We got just a full-scale brawl going on right now. Is that a coquina clutch?
That is a coquina.
And meanwhile, while that's going on, the referee's paying no attention to the actual legal men involved. And now the two men who aren't legal are rolling out of the outside of the ring. The
Kobashi and Kawada.
Kobashi and Kawada are still grappling outside of the ring. They're still fighting outside the ring here. Meanwhile, the hold is in deep. Right into the barricade. Nice clothesline on the outside of the ring.
And Howie gets the ropes.
To break the hold. Got action all over the place. Solid body slam. Dude needs to tag out the worst way. He's taking a horrible beatdown. Meanwhile,
Kawada comes up. What? Oh no.
Doing? Why do you have his leg trapped? Nice superplex. Good superplex. That could have been a whole lot worse than what it actually was.
That could have been a whole lot worse.
Finally to get the tag. He did that the worst way. And now they're going to go to work with some... Ooh, nice clothesline. Good clothesline.
These four were known as the Four Pillars of Heaven in Old Japan Pro Wrestling. They all came up around the same time.
Oh, good counter. And he eats a clothesline anyway. But these are the four dudes that effectively carried it, is what you're saying.
Through the 90s, yes.
Ooh! That suplex was bad. I got like a high tight on his head. But the pinfall attempt is broken up.
By Kobashi. You've seen a lot of Jun Akiyama.
Slam.
I sort of refer to Jun Akiyama, and some people do, as the fifth pillar.
Beautiful power bomb stacked up. Good chokeslam.
Howie was known for his chokeslam.
All four men are down. That suplex really changes it. The crowd is hot. The crowd is hot for this. Another powerbomb. He's stacked up again. And the fall is broken up.
By Kobashi.
Kobashi with a nice break up, and he gets kicked in the face for his efforts. And now, you have the two legal men are in the ring. The two non-legal men are outside of the ring. The former two are attempting to suplex each other. One successful.
Kobashi was successful.
Kobashi was the successful one. The former two are now in the ring. And joined by Kobashi with a clothesline.
You know that lariat has finished both people.
That lariat is very, very devastating. It proved its point. Kobashi now leaving the ring. The adversary that he just suplexed is now going to his corner of the ring. A side of the suplex. Oh, shifted his weight. Beautiful shift of weight. And then kick out. That was a nice counter. These two are exhausted in the middle of the ring, but they're still coming out with heat. Nice rolling elbow.
Holy mackerel on that run.
He caught him clean with a roaring elbow to the sides of the chin. There was nothing held back about the roaring elbow right there. Getting a tag out. And now perfectly placed drop kick to the kneecap. Perfectly placed.
Smart man.
It was incredibly smart. As soon as he gave him in the ring, didn't matter because he still hit him with a side suplex. But that drop kick was perfectly timed. A cover, a kick out. A cover and a kick out. He's going for a domino stretch. Nope, that's blocked. Elbows to the back of the head. Nice. Dragon sweep. Reaches the back of the leg out from under him. Solid drop kick. Instead of going to the face, instead of going to the knee, goes to the face. Power slam. Nice rotation. Hooks the leg.
2. No.
Time is carry. Ooh, he's kicked. German. With the German.
Ow.
Oh! He left that the high, but he kicked out. Nice elbow. Another roaring elbow. And close under the back of the head. This combination to a Tiger Driver.
Tiger Driver.
And a kick. The save.
By Kawada.
Kawada with a nice save. That combination, though. Roaring elbow to clothesline. The Tiger Driver. Beautiful combo. Scoop slam. I knew you tried this moveset already once, my guy. Hurt yourself. That time he landed it clean. Oh! Hooked the leg, too. It was perfectly done. But he kicked out. Ooh, good run. Almost like first down, 3rd and long. Oh, we can run it back. You'll do it again?
He are this again, but
he missed, and he landed right on his knee. He landed directly on the bad knee. Meanwhile,
and Kawada's just like, screw it. I'm just gonna suplex you for your trouble.
He's just no real reason behind it. He just came in and suplexed, and then boom! Wow, that backdrop over the ropes. Kawada with that backdrop over the top rope.
And Kawada is like, enough of this.
Kawada's trying to go home. Choke slam back suplex combo. And he kicked out. That'd be a nice double team finisher now, if that were ever used. Going for another choke slam? Nope, blocked. On the ring. Cellular suplex, choke slam. Legs being hooked. Every time there's going to be a situation where there's a pinfall attempt. Oh, what a boot. Nice clothesline. This is going to be broken up. Yeah, like every time there's a pinfall attempt, no matter what happens, it's like everyone's too close to break up the foul.
Oh no.
Sure. Ooh, that could have gone a whole lot worse than what it did. It ain't go all that well. Powerbomb and a beautiful bridge. And a kick out.
That's nuts.
And a kick out. That powerbomb was gorgeous, and the bridge was better than that.
Dude.
Go back with his moonsault. Hits it clean. Hits the leg. And what made that work is the fact that his partner was restricted from breaking up the count.
Yep. That was fantastic.
That was actually really good. Good work. And they hold up their prizes to win the tag time. Good work by all involved there. Good stuff. All right, so we'll go from Japan to Mexico.
El Dandy versus Negro Casas. And Negro Casas is still wrestling today. Believe it or not, Negro Casas is still wrestling today.
How about that?
So here it is. 3, 2, 1. We get some Lucha Libre in.
Negro Casas. He's got the mullet going on right there. I'm gonna guess we're gonna get standard rules 2 out of 3 falls, or is only 1 fall to finish?
I don't know.
It's getting people clearing the way. Got a little bit of an entourage going on there.
I think it's probably 2 out of 3 falls.
Good Jody right there. Rocking a full-on mullet going on there.
In Mexico, they give no fucks about copyrights either.
They sure don't.
You ever watch like AAA and you're watching AAA, I'm like, what the fuck? They give no fucks.
Now Danny coming in. Now Danny's got a little bit of a shorter haircut. Let's see if he's got a similar entourage. They really are not sure about copyrights at all. They're like, if we can find it on the tape, we can play it. All right, so he got an entourage too. He's got an entourage. Both parties involved with a couple ladies apiece. Now Danny's got the shorter haircut. Now Danny goes around the ring and then finds his way on the side. Now both parties are all the announcements and whatnot. It looks like how Danny's got white
blue.
He's got blue, yeah, but he also like white, like the knee brace, the knee pads were white. It looked like, but there definitely is some light blue going on there. That's for the title there.
Some World Middleweight Championship. I think he said 2 out of 3 falls there.
It wouldn't be all that shocking.
Wouldn't be that shit.
This crowd is kind of live for this event. And Danny's got that tiger jacket, that denim tiger jacket on right there.
No, that's Negro Casas.
I'm sorry, Kappa's got the yeah, I don't like it. Danny. Kappa's got a tiger jacket. And
Danny got
with the blue, yeah. And you can see the white knee pads there, but yeah, he's got the blue trunks on. So let's see here. We got both wrestlers in the middle of the ring. All parties involved. All parties involved now leaving the ring pretty much. It's a nice title belt, by the way. Taking pictures with the players, the heavy players involved here. The ref, the managers, whatnot. The dude in charge here. All right, so Dandy in the white and blues. We got Casas
in the black
trunks Both are wearing white boots. Everybody else is outside of the ring. Except the manager with a mask on. Actually, both of them. Both managers with masks on right there. Neither's left the ring. Cassius is basically taunting. He's ready to go to work.
He's confident.
If ever there was a heel, it's got to be Cassius. All right, is the ref. Manager's making sure everyone knows what's about to happen here. Now the party is. All right, so looks like both managers leaving the ring. All right. Oh, it's a slap right off the top.
Fuck! That's fun.
Get smacked right off the top.
It says Primera Caída, so this is 2 out of 3 falls.
Let me see Cassius smack dude right off the top. And literally within the bell ringing, he slapped him right in the face. The disrespect. And that pass is incomplete, so Miami will get the ball back.
And then El Dandy responds in kind with 2 slaps of his own.
He clearly had to redeem himself for getting knocked down after that first slap. All right, so that's kind of battle we're getting here. Let's go. Nice armbar to start the match. Solid armbar by Cassius to get the proceedings underway. Ooh, nice knee to the face, and then keeps the pressure on the arm. Ooh, nice roll up. Nope, get it tagged. Nice, got control of the legs now. Cassius has control of the legs. Danny's trying to get to the ropes and is successful. This match is already moving at a relatively fast pace. Sweeps the leg, and now Danny's going to the legs. Gets a counter into a cross arm breaker situation. Nope, gets tagged. And now Cassius trying to get to the ropes, and he can't really escape. Danny's got the legs.
Trying to crawl his way to the ropes.
Danny, he tried to. Failed horribly. Modified surfboard stretch. Nice version of the surfboard stretch. Cassius could have reached the ropes if he wanted to, but he did not. Danny broke the hold of anything. Take that. Nope. Get countered. And Cassius gets the ankle. Cassius
Ankle
the leg,
pick.
grabbed the ankle, but he countered. Leg locked in. Dandy. Countered. Countered on both parties. Trying to trap the legs. I don't know if he's going for like an STF, or he's been trying to trap the legs pretty much since he got him to the ground. Nice, they got him in a gut wrench situation. Nope, he countered. Danny with a solid counter, and now he rolls him up again. Yep, shoulders are down. 2.
He bridged.
Yeah, he's bridging, yeah. Good bridge. Oh, yeah. Keep shoulders off the mat. You take a pin. Yep, the bridge by Cassius, making sure he doesn't get pinned here. 1, 2, and a kick out. He bridged out. Nice pass, Josh Rosen.
Nice leg scissor by Cassius.
Yes. Unfortunately, now he's got the leg. Now the leg is trapped.
Ankle
Danny
pick.
now he picks the ankle. Picks it relatively smooth. He's now got the ankle trapped in a hold.
Speaking of takedowns, the UFC fight last Saturday.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff there. With Miocic knocking out Cormier.
Yeah, it shook up the That shook up the UFC airwaves a little bit. Good stuff there, good stuff there, knocking out Cormier. Well done, my knee check. Was that true that Brock Lesnar won a heat with Jones?
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Jones was like, "Nah, Brocky's about the life." But I did see that last week.
Going for some surfboard stretch here.
Mm-hmm. That'd be his second of the match if he's successful, but this would be the more traditional form. As the first one was kind of on his back with the knees in the back. Oh no, he's not going. He's going for camel clutch. Yep, he's going for the camel clutch. He's got it locked in pretty deep in the center of the ring. Ooh, nice move by Costas to basically throw him out of the ring, and they trade chops on the floor, and then they both get back in the ring. Both guys are in a standoff in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, and he just shoves him.
Yeah, he did.
Costas is spreading the legs.
Mm-hmm. Basically, wishboning. Basically, is wishboning El Dandy right now. That's creative. I really haven't. That's the whole alley I've ever really seen before, or I think I've ever really seen before. We've seen a wishbone, but that's short. We haven't seen a move like this. It can be effective if done properly, as you can clearly see. Ooh, a little bit too high, Rosen.
Now he's gonna win.
Gets reversed in kind. This is good. This is really good counter wrestling on both parties. Both guys are trying to do a punch counter punch or hold counter hold. As Cassius is in the middle of the ring trying to break the hold as best he can or withstand the pain as best he can. So far, it's not working. Nice cutback. Good stuff there. The kind of a wishbone hold is still in play. As Cassius is trying to get towards the ring ropes. Man down.
And Dandy pulls him back towards the center of the ring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pulling the hair. Nope, can't do that. Ref caught him. Can't do that in Mexico, Japan, or anywhere really in wrestling. As Cassius is trying to A, keep his shoulders off the mat, and B, try to break the hold. He's not very successful, though he does grab the head. That's one way to break the hold. Yeah. Ooh, breaking the eyes is also not legal.
And he gets out of the move.
El Danny kind of switches it up and now does it nice. It's like a it's not a heel hold, now it's a heel hold. He's got the grapevine too. But smart move by Cassius to get to the ropes before any real damage was done. Both guys kind of go back to their respective corners and now are circling each other to kind of reset for round number 3. Oh, kind of a matador on him. Am I going to lock up? Nah, we take the belt. Back to the arm. Back to the wrist, and then back to an armbar.
A pretty long first fall so far.
It is. And the armbar is in tight, though. The armbar is in very tight. Cassius is trying his hardest to get out of this, whether it's legal or not. So far, he is failing.
Negro, calm down.
Casa does get out of it. Nice counter. Got both legs kind of grapevine and locked in. Oh, it's Jordan. Okay, it was Mills for the Dolphins that got hurt. Who really has not had that great of a preseason. Jordan Mills, the kid from the Bills. Headlock. And me basically getting into his back. Ooh, that drop was not a good idea. That went nowhere fast. Thank you, 3. As Cassis has got a nice headlock. The leg grapevine. Nice grapevine. Good bridge by Cassis. Good bridge.
Yeah.
Got the leg trapped. And he's got the arms trapped here, say. Got the wrist control.
Good grab.
Good grapple. Good kick there. Frank's making another good kick. Solid 22-7 with 2:43 to go. Good move.
Which is a very underrated aspect of Lucha Libre.
It's tag stuff, yeah. It's good, yeah. This is good technical wrestling. I mean, it's not the aerial stuff you kind of expect. True. Very true.
Now he has an STF.
Mm-hmm. Not full on with the body. There's not the body weight of Dandy. But yeah, the STF is definitely applied. And now the STF is being transitioned back into nice. He's got the legs trapped. Now he's really focusing on the chin.
And every hold means something.
It does.
Sometimes gets out of the hold.
Oh, nice roll through. 2 roll throughs. Nice reversal there with the arm. Good kip up right there. Both guys going after the wrist control. I really got it. He's going for a spinning heel kick. He missed. Nice drop kick by Casa. Nice drop kick. Casa going for the cover. Does not hook the leg, but a kick out happens. Casa probably thinking of his next move, which kicks to the gut will always take care of business. Okay, counter. Kicks the leg. There's Dandy. Dandy now he's got control of the right leg. And nope, gets it countered. Casa trying to counter, didn't. Picks the leg again. And Dandy's probably thinking of his next move. Counter, Dandy off the ropes. Oh, slides under him. Very right in the face. Right in the face. Cover.
Took a little too long.
It did take too long, yes. He might have had a chance if he did the cover sooner. That's very true. Jackson's going to get a big play, but it's going to be called back probably. Going for looks like a cloverleaf. Is that a cloverleaf or a sharp? It looked like a sharpshooter actually, but we'll never know because it didn't really go down.
Because Casa slapped him.
Yes, it's been a running theme. The slaps by Casa. Ooh, nice. All right, get some chops in. 3 chops there by El Dandy. Dandy tried to whip him off the ropes. Kick to the back of the leg. Smart. Focus on the back of the leg early in the match. And he thought Casa thought that Dandy would roll over him, but instead he didn't. He got a kick in the face for his efforts. Nice power slam. Nice scoop slam. Did not hook the leg, but kicked out.
Yes.
Dandy did a solid game plan so far. Exploit in one area, and they can go exploit another area. They can exploit a third area. Oh. Dandy's doing good work right now. And he's thinking of his next move. It's taking a little bit too long to think of his next move, but he's thinking of his next move nonetheless.
Uranagi.
Instead, he got Uranagi for his efforts. He allowed too much time. That's Dandy's problem. He allowed way too much time there. And now he makes it twice with the Uranagis. I look like more of a bookend, but we get the idea. Backdrop. Nope. Spinebuster. Nice. And he's right into a sharpshooter. Nice. Flow. Nice sequence right there.
And he wins the first fall.
By submission. Wins the first fall by tap out submission. Good combination to finish it too. The power bomb right into the sharpshooter, or scorpion death lock, depending on how you see it, and then into the tap.
And they cut right to the second fall. We appreciate this.
Yeah. No kidding. We definitely do appreciate that. Ooh. Right on the top. Nice move by Casa.
Negro Katsa's going right back to the legs.
As you should. You just got to tap out with a leg hold. You might as well try to finish the deal.
With a modified sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm. And it's putting a lot of pressure on the ankles. You can see he's got one ankle trapped, and he's got the other one basically getting abused by the back ankle. And the back ankle that he's trapping, the back of the ankle, I should say. The back of the leg that's being trapped.
Right.
And Dandy didn't submit, but Dandy's not in good shape right now. As Casa basically threw him into the back of the ropes. Did Jackson just fake it? No, he didn't fake a punt. They are getting the ball back. They do have the ball, though. So, as now
Rams him right into the rope.
Casa is now dominating this match. And now Casa's probably thinking of the next move he's going to attempt. That kick
Gets a sugar clean way.
That kick to the leg will do it. It was nothing clean about the kick to the leg while they were still in the corner. Oh, that was the kick to the leg. It was kick to the groin. That was a low blow. He was definitely kicked low.
I think he potentially got himself disqualified.
It looks like he did. He was definitely kicked low. And I don't think he cares right now, so I guess it's 1-1?
No, it's not, because the referee was blind to it.
Nice to the backbreaker.
Gotta follow up here.
Casa was coming up with full speed, and all of his momentum basically went right into the knee of Dandy. Dandy is taking way too much time. Sack Funk Miami got the ball. Nice spine buster. So that's game. Oh, he just took it from him. Good stuff. Ooh, nice submission. Really nice submission. You could really bend him backwards if you really wanted to. Nice submission. Kind of a reverse modified
Dragon Sleeper.
Yeah, reverse Dragon Sleeper. He didn't bend backwards. Which then that's a real extent of the hold. But he might not have to. He might be out. Oh no, he's not. Casa got to the ropes before any capitalization. That's taking too much time. He's taking way too much time. Maybe she's gonna kneel down. Taking way too much time right now. That's been the theme. That's been one of the themes of the match. Allowing too much time to recover, which has allowed Casa to really do his thing. That was nice. Wristlock takeover. That was a nice wristlock takedown, making it twice.
Making it
through. Nope. Get countered. Nice. What are you gonna do? Nope. Get it countered.
Dopey
Hip
do.
toss. Now the speed is match is picking up. Nope. Off the ropes. Off the ropes. Nice kick. Solid kicks. Solid kicks. But again,
All around.
you gotta follow up, my guy. You gotta follow up. Nice knee to the face by Dandy. Oh, that spine buster that Farouk used to do. It kind of like high time spine buster. But it's a good string of offense there.
And he gets the pin.
So it's 1-1. And they're gonna run it. They're gonna run it back to the replay that happened here. And the pin. Wait, show the. Oh, beautiful bridge. He could escape if he wanted to. He was probably out from the spine buster, but he could escape if he wanted to. What a bridge right there. That's one way to do it. So now we are down to the last fall. First fall was won by Casa with a submission. The second one, as we've just saw, was won by El Dandy with that pin, with a nice bridge combo that lead to it.
Now third full drink get intense.
Right off the top, we get a drop kick. Right off the bat by El Dandy. Casa's people are going to check on him. Casa's manager is not happy about what Dandy did. And
another drop kick.
The referee is talking to the cornerman for Casa, who is now on the apron.
Trying to pull it.
Dandy in the ring, and then Dandy just drop kick Casa. Dandy's offense is starting to really get something.
And Dandy is going to go to work.
Nice diving crossbody to the outside. And Casa's people are checking on him and making sure he's cool. Looks like he is. Looks like he's fine. And actually, he'll get back in the ring first. And he does get back in the ring.
Casas was trying to play defense.
He really is. Nope. Gets him into the corner. That's Casa. Oh, gets shoved off the top. Nice drop kick. Hey, the sense of urgency has gone up now, and a kick out.
This is really good.
The sense of urgency is a good story that's happening here. We're getting a solid showing from both parties here. We're 1-1 in terms of the falls. Over the ropes. Drop kick. Both men are still down.
Now Danny realized he has to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Negro Casas no sells it, and
that elbow to the back of the head will do some damage. Let's go for another one. Oh, nice beautiful height on the senton. What height on that? Good stuff. Does not hook the leg. Probably should have. Kicked that anyway. Again, we are one fall apiece. Ooh, nice belly to belly, overhead belly to belly suplex. As Casa is trying to think of his next move. Right back, nice elbow right there.
1, 2.
And now it looks like Casa's trying to finish him or do something productive.
He rammed him into the turnbuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Going back. And nice little body splash there.
Mm-hmm.
As Casas looking to finish.
Let's go for a
Razor's Edge.
Oh, Razor's Edge, yep. It's a clean. And the leg is not hooked. He kicked out of that.
Crowd went nuts after.
I can't believe he kicked out of that. The Razor's Edge not only landed clean, dude landed on the back of his head. He absolutely landed on the back of his head. But now Casa's got control of the match. Casa goes off the ropes. Nice shoulder tackle right there. Now Casa's thinking of what his next move is, so he's going to go to the top. Casa, nice elbow drop. Elbow drop, hooks the leg.
No hook of the leg.
No, he didn't hook the leg. He did not hook the leg.
Chest press.
Yep. Either way, there was no fall. Either was what he was going to do, and then he didn't. Either way, there was no fall.
Oh, nice Northern Lights.
Those Northern Lights. The beautiful bridge, but the referee did not get in the position to count it.
As it wouldn't have been quick enough anyway because Casas got right up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And both parties are going to the second rope. We might get a superplex. Inverted superplex. Or just really just threw him off the second rope, honestly. Now, the top rope has been kind for Al Dandy before. Garcia has no idea what's about to happen. Diving. Looks like a
double axe handle.
Yeah, axe handle. Body slam. The axe handle, I don't think was what he really wanted to do. I think what he's about to do now was his real intention. Nice drop kick. Also to the arm. Oh, Boots got directly on the shoulder and the arm. That axe handle also went to the arm. I see what you're doing here.
Go to world
backbreaker. The movie used effectively in the first fall. 2 and a kick out. The movie used effectively in the first fall. He's going for a power bomb. Hits it clean. Gets the stacks. 1, 2. And a kick out.
Small package.
Yep, get countered, yeah. One package clean. Kick out. Gonna run it back, do it again. Kick out. That started to turn up with a sense of urgency and a nice shoulder tackle by Casa.
And Casas the second is going crazy.
And he is snapping on the outside. Nice gut-wrench takedown. Oklahoma roll.
3.
Got him.
And Al Dandy wins the CMLL Middleweight Championship. Crowd goes wild.
Crowd is spazzing out.
That was excellent.
That was a frantic finish. A little slower pace than I thought it would be, but it was a pretty solid match.
That
Good job
was
there.
excellent. That was excellent.
Good job on both parties. It seemed like Dandy so many times was going to pay for not following up as well as he should have, but he did not. He was able to put it together. Impressive.
So, next week, this is a neat week next week because we got 2 matches with the same opponents in similar time frames.
Mm.
It's Misawa versus Jumbo Tsuruta from 6-8-90 and 9-1-90.
So 2 matches in the span of 3 months.
It's neat that they are placed right there. And this is just coincidence that they're placed right there. But the earlier match was placed ahead. But we will watch in order next week. So we'll watch the 6-8 match first. And then go to the September match next week. On Get in the Ring socials.
All right, Twitter.com/Beast Mike. I will be doing Spikes games on Friday tomorrow, and I'll be doing them on Sunday as well. It's actually Trace McSorley bobblehead day, ironically, on Sunday at the Spikes game. So I'll be doing that. Obviously, going back to school next week. I will still obviously do this, but I will certainly be at school quite a bit as we keep going. So yeah, that's
keep
where
trucking
I'll
on
be this week. Pretty much. That's where I'll be next coming weeks. I will be doing the Penn State game, as I mentioned last week. I'll be doing the Penn State game for the ESPN station. I'll in State College will be the producer there for that radio broadcast as well. So naturally, I got a very busy few days ahead of me.
DJ D Kooks Wrestle on Twitter, GITR Wrestle. We'll figure out something for the big day of August 31st on the GITR Wrestle side. It's
we got Cardiff at 2. We got AEW's at what, 8?
Yeah. And we have to watch New Japan World Quest as well, airing live.
August
probably
31st.
around the same time as Cardiff.
In short, August 31st is a monster day.
Yup. And we'll preview it all next week. Next week's a huge week. So for DJ D Kooks, and for Beats Mike, this is DJ D Kooks saying later. Yes, it is. It's time to get in the ring with DJ D Kooks and Beats Mike. Beats Mike, how you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. It's been quite a fairly busy week. I know I've been doing a lot of baseball, but obviously I've been catching up on Summerslam weekend. I saw Summerslam, and I watched TakeOver pretty much live. And I'm pretty much trying to catch up with the rest. But it's been a pretty good week.
Probably you have to catch up on G1 too.
I do have to catch up on some G1, yeah. Now that it's actually over, I can actually go back and watch some of the matches that happened.
We'll get G1. Your thoughts on everything once. I'll tell you what to watch, honestly, because it's honestly, it is a lot. But honestly, it's worth it. Where do you want to begin? Let's begin with the G1. Grade 1 Climax 7/29, 2019. We'll start with night 17. Because that's where we was. Oh, we actually had to start with night 6. 15,
yeah. We had one more of each night, and then
one more.
one more preliminary, and then the final of each
Yeah,
of each group.
so I had it right. So I watched basically day of. A block finals were better than B block finals, but both nights were easy watches. I suggest watch all 5 matches. From both. Lance Archer defeated Evil to finish with 6 points, but this match I rated at 4 stars. Really good stuff. Archer did a moonsault off the apron. And you know how big Lance Archer is, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen his size. Yeah, he's
off the apron.
He's a pretty big dude.
Imagine him doing a moonsault off the apron.
That's impressive.
He countered the Everything is Evil with the claw, and then Archer gets the claw and pins Evil at 950. Really good. Sonata Bad Luck Fale. This was probably the best Fale match because Sonata's really athletic and bumped like crazy for him. Skullin finishes off Fale 1040. 1040. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenta. This was fantastic. Honestly, another 4-star match.
Good signature win for Zack Sabre, Sabre Jr.
But it almost doesn't make sense. It makes sense for the angle they would do on the final night.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Zack should have lost at the time, but now I see why Kenta lost.
Okay.
Because obviously, we'll spoil that right now. Kenta joins Bullet Club.
Yep, I did see that. And I like it. I like it.
Shibata just beat the living shit out of him. And we don't know if Shibata's back or not, but Shibata did a little in-ring stuff. He did a hesitation drop kick to kind of before getting beat up. If he's taking bumps, then
it may be. And you know what? I slow play a Shibata return and have him return at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that's what they're probably going to do. I don't know how it will work with his head, but
yeah,
it's an interesting booking decision. To have Kenta join Bullet Club,
right.
And he was getting cheers all tournament with the New Japan fans, so it actually made sense. It was a brilliant booking move.
He just makes sense as a heel to me. Kenta does. He just makes sense as a heel. He just came off. Just especially watching, like I know watch but too much. I know I watched the Tanahashi, not the Tanahashi Ibushi match to start the tournament. It just flowed better as a heel. It just feels better when he can bring that physical style as a heel and he doesn't have to be reserved. So ideally, in a perfect world, that would be the move I would make, is have Kenta and Shibata battle in the Dome, if at all possible.
Right. Will Ospreay versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Of course, this was fantastic. Lots of spots, but fantastic. Really good. Will Ospreay does get the big win. Hook kick. With the hook kick, hidden blade, and Stormbreaker combination. The ace is high. Hits ace is high, but then Ospreay countered it with the cradle. For it to like the standing high flat flow. Then hook kick followed hidden blade and Stormbreaker. This was like fantastically worked. Must watch match of the tournament right here.
The culmination of what was a magnificent tournament for Ospreay in terms of quality.
And points it was sort of a success too because he had 8.
Yeah. So Ospreay, though he didn't have, I mean, he's had a couple signature wins though. So I gotta say, it's a very prosperous tournament for Will Ospreay.
So yeah, Kota Ibushi defeats Kazuchika Okada in another fantastic match.
As we both expected, Ibushi to beat Okada and go to the final.
25-11. This hits two Kamigoyes, jumping knee strike and a head kick to win that. So Kota Ibushi is your winner of A block. Now we go to B block final night. This was a little underwhelming, but like the really high end stuff was high end, but then the stuff that didn't connect. So Jeff Cobb defeats Toriano. Cobb hit a super kick and then tore the islands after countering a low blow. Cobb gets a win over Yana. Big Tomohiro Ishii puts Taichi to a 4.5-star match. This is must watch. Taichi gets a super kick counter, but then hits it on the rebound, and Black Master connects, and Taichi wins. So Taichi gets a big win over Big Tom Ishii for a never openweight championship, presumably for a never openweight championship.
Match.
Yes. Jon Moxley loses to Juice Robinson as we predicted.
It would seem that Juice has now set himself up for Moxley's U.S. title.
This was a very good match. Gets the left-hand god and Pulp Friction for the win. Moxley performed in this tournament very well.
Yeah, he did.
Shingo defeated Hiroki Goto in 15-15 to
basically knock out Goto from the proceedings.
Yeah, to knock out Goto from the proceeding.
Which left it...
Which would mean Tetsuya Naito versus Jay White is your winner-take-all match. This underwhelmed. This was disappointing. But Jay White works to his character very well, and Jay White would hit the Blade Runner to defeat one Tetsuya Naito to advance to the finals.
The bridesmaid remains the bridesmaid, and Jay White's really, really good year continues.
And we'll go over two of the things on the undercard that meant something. Bullet Club defeated Kenta, Yoshihashi, and Big Tom Ishii. This is when kind of turned on his partners. The angle was red. You heard the crowd reaction. Red.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all for it. It made sense. It simply made sense.
Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kazuchika Okada. And then Sabre guillotines Tanahashi and Suzuki hits Gotch to Okada for the win. And Suzuki is going to be the title challenger for Royal Quest. The big four matches for Royal Quest are they're doing a tag tournament in Refro, and the winner of that gets Gorillas of Destiny.
Okay.
Tom Ishii versus Kenta. We'll take that.
Okay.
And then they're not doing that overweight again. They might be. And then Royal. Let me, because I know they have one more match. Sabre Tanahashi.
That'd be a good match.
For the Refro British Heavyweight Championship as well. So, and then the undercard matches are Tetsuya Naito and Sonata versus Jay White and Chase Owens. Probably a junior tag title match. Here, Will Ospreay and Robbie Eagles versus Taichi Ishimori and El Fantasmo. Kota Ibushi and Juice Robinson versus Yujiro Takahashi and Hikuleo. Ryusuke Taguchi, Shota Umino, and Ren Narita versus Rocky Romero, Sho, and Yo. Not August 31st. And as All Out and
what a day August 31st is going to be. We got that event you just mentioned, All Out in Chi-Town, and NXT TakeOver Cardiff will be pretty much running at the same time All Out is. Oh, what a night August 31st is going to be. Not to mention the fact that's the true beginning of college football season. So
Notre Dame is going to be playing August 2nd on the Monday. On the Monday.
Oh, you're playing Memorial. Labor Day's the 2nd, right?
Labor Day.
Yeah,
Labor Day's the 2nd. We play Louisville on Labor Day. So
Okay.
As you know, I'm a big Notre Dame fan for.
And as most people would know, I am a Penn State fan. I will naturally, and I'll explain what I will be doing for the opening kickoff weekend. So I'll explain that later when we do the plugs and stuff. So the last piece of business of G1 was Kota Ibushi versus Jay White. We both expected Kota to win Block A. We both had Naito winning B, so the bridesmaid did not get it done. And Jay White continues this magnificent year, but Kota gets it done in about a little over a half hour.
Yes, and it was a really good match. The second half was really good. I would rate it at 4.25. Nothing blow away.
You think the first half took too long?
A little bit, yeah, and like little shenanigans with the Bullet Club.
But once they got rolling, it really
once
worked.
They got rolling, yeah. So
Ibushi has the briefcase.
Very successful tour. I'll do a top 5 matches actually.
Okay.
Number 1, Okada Ospreay. Number 2, Naito Shingo. Number 3, Ibushi Sanada. 4, Ishii Moxley, and 5, Shingo versus Ishii. Those are my top 5 matches. Oh, and Okada Ibushi's up there too.
So that'd probably pretty much be 6.
Yeah, that would be pretty much 6.
Fair enough. So, let's see. Now I think it's time to bring it to TakeOver.
Yes, bring it to TakeOver.
We're not going stateside. We're actually going to Toronto for the WWE stuff. Because pretty much everything took place in Toronto, with exception to the NXT UK. So we're pretty much gonna go by like storylines, except for TakeOver stuff, because TakeOver pretty much did its own thing, and then the breakout final was on last night.
Let's do an order of like occurrence, because
yeah, sure, okay.
I know Breezango beat Forgotten Sons.
Yes.
Good little match, and then I didn't finish NXT. Who won the breakout final?
What's the bull's name? I literally just saw it. The winner of the breakout tourney. Also, King of the Ring is going to be announced. Let's see. Miles beat
Miles.
Yeah, Jordan Miles won.
Formerly ACH.
Formerly ACH. He wins the breakout tournament over Cameron Grimes. He wins the final, and he will get a title shot of his choice. It's a matter of whether it's you would think he's going after the NXT Championship, but he'll get the title shot of his choice whenever it's time. Now,
I think him and Dream would have real good chemistry.
Ooh, that actually would be a really good match. That actually would be a very good match.
But speaking of NXT TakeOver, we go to TakeOver proper, where
TakeOver Toronto 2.
Fantastic.
It was a really good show.
I do have complaints about the main event.
Okay.
Rewatching it. I rated it highly, like 4 3/4. I'm down to 4 1/4 now.
Well, and we'll get to it. We'll go through it one by one.
But it's more like the Meltzer complaint about it,
okay,
than anything else.
Now, the first match was the NXT Tag Title match of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish versus Street Profits. This was dope. The Street Profits were really good, really, really good, especially Montez Ford. Like you mentioned before, like I was watching it live at the station, and Montez Ford was excellent.
Montez Ford show.
It kind of was. I mean, like Angelo Dawkins did his thing, and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish were really good. But this has been a breakout year for Montez Ford individually, and a breakout year for the Street Profits collectively. The Street Profits get it done. Once again, beating one of the more successful tag teams in NXT history. So well done on their part by the Street Profits to retain their tag titles. The next match was Candice and Io Shirai. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever. This is whatever. This is gonna be like a decent match, but like kind of okay. And they always seem to have. And the thing about the takeovers, they always have a classic. And they always have a match that's like, okay, whatever. You don't have to rewatch it after you watch it once. This wasn't that one. I thought this would be the one that you can breeze over after you watch it the first time. This wasn't that. I'd never seen Candice better.
Fucking awesome.
I'd never seen Candice LeRae better. She was outstanding.
Freaking good.
Io's so good as a heel.
I rated this at 4.5 stars. I'm not nuts because Zonka rated it at 4.5
stars. No, you're not.
Yeah.
But this was really good. This match was outstanding. I've never seen either of these people better. Io's really good, and she's wrestled incredible people like Toni Storm and obviously Shayna Baszler over the last few months. But
talk about the
Candice looked that good.
Was not good.
We'll get to the women's title match, but like I've never seen Candice look this good. I was so impressed with Candice LeRae. She was absolutely brilliant in that match. Well done.
Match, and this is the second best NXT women's match in their history.
After Sasha Bailey from Brooklyn?
Yeah, this is the second best. I can't put it ahead of Sasha Bailey in front of mine.
No,
because
I couldn't do that.
Our match, but this was right up there. I'm like, what are they?
It was shot. And what puts it up there is the fact that it was so shocking. It was shockingly great. I think that's the thing. We expected Sasha Bailey to be really good in Brooklyn. I don't think either of us or anyone expected that match to be that great. I think that's the part that really.
4 stars, 4.25 for its position on the card. 4.5 stars. Second match of the night. Can't get any better.
No,
you can't get better, but it's like you can't.
There's not much further they could have gone. I think is what we're saying here.
Right.
Okay. Next in the totem pole, Velveteen, Roddy, and Pete Dunne. This is the match I was most looking forward to. It did not disappoint.
No, it did not either.
All three of these dudes brought it. Really good match. Again, love how Velveteen kind of has a custom entrance for every takeover. Love that. The match itself was really dope from bell to bell, from start to finish. It felt like at many times in the match, Dunne was going to win. At a lot of points in this match, it felt like Pete was going to get it done. Well, ultimately, Velveteen finds a way to win. He finds a way to keep the North American Championship. Hits the Purple Rainmaker after Strong hit the end of Heartache on Dunne. Velveteen hits the Rainmaker on Strong, and then pins Dunne to keep his title. Very impressive work by all parties involved. Velveteen Dream gets it done. Now we get to the one match on the show that was before the North American title match. There was the brawl between Riddle and Killian Dane, which even that was good. That was a good brawl and it made a whole lot of sense. So yeah. I was all for that brawl. So I was well done.
Riddle and the security guard.
Right, and with that splash, with that divide through the table, which I thought was nice. So like even that made a whole lot of sense. So that was really quality stuff. Then we get to the NXT Women's Championship match, and it was just sloppy. It really was sloppy.
It had no heat.
What's up?
It had no heat.
Yeah, it was just sloppy. The match, they never seemed to really be coordinated together. Mia and Shayna, it just didn't flow well.
And also the crowd Yeah.
And the crowd, the crowd was probably done. The crowd was probably down because the first 3 matches were really, really good. And they didn't have that cool off. And even the brawl was really good. So they didn't have a time to like, okay, we can cool off now. They didn't have that. Unfortunately, it became this match. Shayna won, which was nice. Shayna retains, and will probably have her title for over a year now. But there was just nothing there. It just didn't. It just didn't gel. Like Shayna and Bianca, that gelled. Like Shayna and Kyrie, that gelled. This did not, unfortunately. Now we get to the 2 out of 3 falls, effectively 3 stages of hell. I'm glad Adam Cole's fall went first because it would have been kind of weird to do Street Fight and then Classic Wrestling and then that monstrosity of a cage that Regal introduced.
AKA the Ambrose Asylum.
Pretty much, yes.
It was essentially the Ambrose Asylum with no thumbtacks.
And barbed wire on top of the cage as opposed to a barbed wire bat.
Right.
So I like the cage. I was all for the cage. I thought that was dope. I thought that was really cool.
I thought the Carnage cage, it was a little. I'll say it's a little too self-indulgent.
Okay.
With the spots. Like you're gonna. I'm all for Canadian destroyers. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for a good Canadian destroyer spot, but it feel like they were killing each other too much.
Yeah, but the super Canadian destroyer, for example.
Yeah, like I hated the finish of the first fall. It was a little self-indulgent. With like doing like a lot of two falsies. And stuff like that. So that was my main complaint. I still went 4.25 on it, but it was like it was a little masturbatory at times, but I enjoyed it for the most part.
I thought it was entertaining. I didn't like the finish of the first fall. I understood it. I understood the psychology that Gargano put into the first fall, into the finish of the first fall. Just I'll take the loss in the first one just to get a jump on the second one, which worked out brilliantly. But I didn't love it either. I wish it would have been a straight up finish, but I understood why he did it. I did understand,
and it felt like 51 minutes too.
It did.
It's not like it wasn't like the David Starr Joey Janela match that you saw a 60-minute Iron Man match and it felt like a 20-minute match.
No, if they're gonna end the rivalry, I guess they had to do it with like a big bang, like a super way to do it. But yeah, 51 minutes. It did feel like it. It did feel like every second. It all mattered. Everything they did mattered in the match. It's just like it felt like it did feel like 50 minutes.
I thought it was a little self-indulgent.
Okay.
Like we'll do 2. I thought a couple spots were like, come on, guys. You know.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
That's just my complaint about it.
So all in all, 4 really good matches and a not a dud, but not a really good match. But, as the co-main.
No, the co-main was a 3-star special.
Yeah.
3-star special, nothing there.
But everything else is no lower than 4.25. So that makes for a really good takeover.
Right.
So good work by the men and women of Takeover.
SummerSlam, on the other hand, can we just?
Now
it felt long.
It did feel long.
It was like I was like watching it, like I'm like, okay, Buddy Murphy gets a man. Pre-show, Drew Gulak to beat Oney Lorcan. This was good, but it didn't really have time.
Right. Which why I'm glad they ran it back on 205. I'm glad Gulak and Lorcan ran it back on 205, and they're continuing to keep that going. I like that Gulak retained. What's up?
I was happy that Buddy Murphy got a match but
Right.
it was cool. Rowan cut it short.
Mm-hmm.
Murphy did show some flashes.
Yes.
I would give Buddy Murphy a push.
I wouldn't mind it. I like that he's getting more exposure.
And then Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss defeat the Iconics 2-star special there.
Eventually to kind of continue with Alexa and Nikki as women's tag champions, which is fine because we actually get, I think, 2 credible women's tag champions. I mean, these a credible team here. So I keep that going. I like where they're going with this. Now we get to the main card, and that started with. I don't remember what the main card of SummerSlam started with. It started with
submission.
All right,
submission.
Becky and Natty, which wasn't too bad. I didn't mind.
I enjoyed this. I gave it 3.5.
I thought it was a solid match.
Solid. It was solid, and they worked the stipulation well, but the crowd was into it in the right person one.
I wouldn't mind seeing Becky win, Natty win, but yeah, Becky getting it done with the disarmer. I love how they both used each other's finisher, each other's submission. That was a good touch. So, the sharpshooter from the second rope, I thought was really good. I like the creativity that was involved in the match too. That especially. So that was nice, but a good way to open the show, certainly.
Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler looks like the ultimate geek.
Dolph Ziggler, why did he keep asking for more?
He kept asking for more and looked like a geek every time.
Oh, Dolph Ziggler looks so bad. That was a lot. That was completely unnecessary for Dolph to continue taking that beating, but it was hilarious that he basically was folded in half. Oh, we also got that. So clearly, the spear quota was met because of what Goldberg did and what Edge did in the pre-show, spearing Elias. We had no Roman Reigns, so we had to keep the spear quota going. So Goldberg got him 3 times with the spears. It really was nothing. Just to see Goldberg actually have something that wasn't the Undertaker match. So as the last thing we remember is with Goldberg. To me, that's all this should be.
Because there was only a minute 45.
No, there's no need to. No, there's no need to because I think this is just a way of saying, okay, that Taker Goldberg match was whack. So let's actually have something of somewhat substance to have Goldberg go out on. I hope that's what happens here. We don't need to see Goldberg ever again, at least in a wrestling ring.
Ricochet, AJ Styles could have been laid out better. It was and
I love the finish. I thought the finish was dope, but yeah, it
was the same finish versus the Ibushi, but he didn't botch it this time. And he did it against Low Key in TNA. But it's nothing much to say about that match.
No.
Bailey and Bermude either.
No, I didn't like that match either.
Just like really lacking in crowd heat. No strong drama either. Like the cutoff spots were not played well.
But I think that's the problem with that because you can't really. There's really not much to hate on with Bailey or Ember. Like there wasn't a natural heel, so it didn't have a natural
stars.
Natural animosity.
And I'm just saying it was competent.
Yeah.
I could give it 2 3/4. I did not like Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, you're gonna put the odds against Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is gonna win, and then on SmackDown, Shane is gonna fine you $100,000 to get his heat back. What the fuck?
Shane, just let it go. Shane, just let it go. I would have been cool with the payoff of Owens winning and then going on to win King of the Ring, and that's it. We don't have to worry about Shane no more. But Shane just wouldn't let it die. Shane, just let it die. I'd have been perfectly cool with everything else that happened. Like the match itself, cool. Kevin Owens gets the payoff on Shane. Kevin Owens moves on. Like it moves on, goes onward and upward towards King of the Ring. I'd have been cool with all that. Shane didn't have to do what he did on SmackDown. That's just a lot of salt on Shane's part.
Like the writing of is just shit. The booking of this company is shit. I'm sorry.
It was completely unnecessary for
I'm sorry. Charlotte defeats Trish Stratus.
Now this was good.
This was very good.
Yes.
3.5 stars here. She looked a bit off early on, but got things together and really excelled in the bumping and selling.
They flowed well once they got into a groove.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to this match. It took them a little bit to get into it, but once they really flowed well and once they really focused and kind of got into it against each other, as opposed to the crowd playing into the crowd, I thought it flowed very, very nicely. I was very into this match. Trish looked tremendous. Charlotte looked very well, which is basically what's a typical Charlotte situations. Well done on both parts.
And then the next match was taking a shit on our chest. This was fucking dud. This was fucking boring. This was stupid. The finish was stupid. It was just fucking awful.
Yeah, we're talking about Randy and Kofi.
I would go dud on this, but the work was okay, so I'm going to give it 1 star, but
the work was fine. I did not like the finish.
2.5. Oh, this match was shit.
The match was fine. I think that Kofi and Randy worked fine. The finish, I did not like at all. I don't think anyone liked the finish. I get it. You keep heat on Randy for messing with.
It's just a question Randy Orton Borfest.
For keeping. Yeah, like I get it. I get why you're saying that too. Like the match itself, why'd you have that finish? I'd have been much more content with Kofi having a signature win. Yeah, they absolutely played at Randy's pace. The match played at Kofi's pace. If it with some speed to it, it'll work. The problem is Randy can't go at that pace, and it showed. It unfortunately showed. Just the finish was not very good. The flow was there, but the finish was not, and it was just really, really unfortunate.
And then rightfully they get bullshit chants.
Yep. Yeah. Because the finish.
I think, like, even watching it, you didn't even notice the ref was counting. Oh, God damn it.
It was. Yeah, it's just so unfortunate because the even the RKO spot was nice, but it was like, come on, man, we're really gonna do that? Finish with a double count out or the match that absolutely needed a payoff? Come on, man.
That was the time off, so we'll.
I love the feed stuff. The entrance was
great.
Was
actually the Code Orange entrance theme was actually fucking dope.
Yes.
Code Orange is from Pittsburgh, so sort of local to Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, the theme looked good.
Yes.
I can't rate it, but
this was supposed it played out like it should have. It played out like it was supposed to. It was supposed to be the Fiend destroying Finn Balor. It was supposed to do that. So I had no problem with it whatsoever. You want to make the Fiend look strong. You want to make the Fiend look like a very competent character, and I think they played it off really, really well. I had no beef with that whatsoever. I thought they did a very fine job with making Finn Balor, making the Fiend as strong as he was. Well done. I'm not hating on that at all.
And then Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins.
They ended this show good.
But the match was actually better than the Mania match.
Yes, agreed. It definitely was.
And they went 13 minutes, and it didn't feel like 13 minutes.
It sure didn't. Yeah, I'm shocked they went 13. But it was good. But it worked. It made sense. It was played off really well. I had no beef with it whatsoever. It felt like an actual match as opposed to whatever WrestleMania it was. So I had no beef with it whatsoever. So basically, I think SummerSlam, it hit when it really, really needed to. As a show, not very good. It hit when it needed to with Charlotte and Trish and Brock and Seth. Those were the two that it absolutely had to hit, and it did. But other than that, Not much else that you can go back and rewatch and say, okay, this was good. Other than those two matches and probably the Fiend stuff. But that's about it. That you could actually go back and rewatch it. It's no harm, no foul. Now, on Raw, what we got was a King of the Ring announcement, which I do like that the King of the Ring is going to be here. It's going to be a thing. And I hope they actually make it a viable prize to win King of the Ring this year. So we got the participants list. And what's the King of the Ring? Oh, and also AJ is going to fight Braun Strowman for the U.S. title. Where's the King of the Ring participants? King of the Ring participants. I have to go look them up. I have to go re-get them.
But go through Raw. I'll look them up.
Yeah. So the King of the Ring. So basically Raw, as he's looking up the King of the Ring.
Friday. Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander, Cesaro, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Elias, The Miz, Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, and Shelton Benjamin. And the final Clash of Champions.
The finals Clash of Champions. All right, good group. Now it's a pretty productive group. Now, the King of the Ring, I do wonder. All right, so who'd you have from Raw? If you're gonna just have Raw and SmackDown, like Raw have their side, SmackDown have their side, what would be your ideal final?
But I'm gonna be dreaming, but Ricochet Ali. I'll be fever dreaming, but that's what I want to see. Or Ricochet Andrade.
Andrade, to me, Andrade Cedric would be really good. I loved Cedric versus McIntyre on Raw. I thought that was great. I thought that was great. And then Roman Reigns and Buddy Murphy on SmackDown I thought was awesome.
Buddy was a great match.
It really was. Yeah, Buddy and Roman was awesome on SmackDown. It really was. So those are easily the two best TV shows for the week on WWE television. As I'm watching Gulak tap out, basically make Lorcan tap to the Gulak at the end of actually he didn't tap out, he passed out at the 205. But yes, I was all for those two matches this week. And ideally my final four is Andrade's on SmackDown. So Andrade and Ali on SmackDown, Ricochet and Alexander on Raw would be my dream final four. I'd love to see McIntyre, although McIntyre in either of their place would be on Raw's place would be fine. I'd like to see McIntyre there, but I think the final that has the most promise to be like, wow, this match is going to be awesome. It would be a combination of those four guys that we're talking about here.
Ricochet Owens could have a good match there.
Ricochet Owens could kill it too. Yeah, they could kill it. And Cesaro is a Swiss Army knife. It could battle with pretty much everybody.
Final would be Cesaro, Buddy Murphy. That would be fucking awesome.
That would actually be really good. that would actually be dope. There's a lot of good combinations here.
Of course, big banter's in there.
Of course, basically your nightmare final would be Corbin and who? Who's SmackDown for your nightmare? Yeah, Corbin and Elias. Okay.
Which is not going to happen because they don't do heel versus heel. So
no.
And they're not going to advance Baron Corbin far in this tournament anyway because Baron Corbin.
Think. Remember, Vince likes Corbin a whole lot more than you do. You would think that's the case.
But Corbin had his push and it failed. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Corbin had his push and they closed it. Yes. But if you've learned anything from Vince, we've learned that it is we learned that Vince can be a little unpredictable and could be incredibly insane sometimes. So we can I will assume nothing when it comes to Vince. Well, when it comes to Vince and Corbin, because we know Vince loves Corbin. I would have to think my winner, if I had to pick a winner right now, I want McIntyre to get a push. I really do.
I think Owens is winning it.
I think I can see why you think Owens. I think McIntyre wins. I want McIntyre to get a push. I really do.
Here.
Because
Do
what?
I think Mustafa Ali win? Hell yes. Do I think
Mustafa
it's
Ali
gonna
would be
happen?
dope too.
No. But somebody's gonna win. Hopefully it's not The Miz, Baron Corbin, or Elias.
Miz, I wouldn't mind because I wouldn't mind Miz in the World Championship situation. But yeah, the other two, I could go without them. I like Elias, but I don't want Elias to be in a world title spot. So
Oh,
I just
Cruz.
Apollo Crews is promising. Apollo Crews has got promise. I'd rather he be in the IC title situation though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be in the world title match right now. He needs to be in the IC title discussion.
And also on Raw, what was the main event of Raw?
Main event of Raw was AJ and Seth, which was okay, and it broke down because of the club. And the club basically beat up Seth Rollins until Ricochet and then Braun Strowman appeared to save Seth Rollins' skin. And this turned into Braun Strowman challenging AJ Styles AJ Styles challenging Braun Strowman for the U.S. title on Raw this week. Which, in theory, perfect case scenario, AJ loses to Strowman. You finally give Strowman something to do. And then you have AJ go after Seth. Well, with this time with the club. Ideally, that's the way I play this.
I don't really think the last two U.S. champions going right to world title feuds. It's a little weird.
Yes, but AJ was in a world title situation before he won the U.S. title, so I had no problem with him jumping back to get Seth.
I have more of a problem with it, but I can't think of logic in WWE. It's practically illogical. So
They try to be a go with the flow company, don't they?
Yeah. So
the major thing that happened otherwise in WWE or anything WWE related was that Joe Coffey and Dave Mastiff are going to fight in a last man standing match and take over Cardiff. But that's going to be a good match. That's the major other big thing that happened.
With Taz Roman.
What's that?
We know Buddy Murphy lied.
Yeah, Buddy lied basically to get Roman off his back, but unfortunately got Rowan and Daniel Bryan on his back now. And Daniel and Rowan are promising to find the culprit for Roman Reigns this week.
Yeah.
That's effectively WWE stuff.
Versus Orton and the Revival on SmackDown.
It was a decent match. It was a decent main event of SmackDown. Ultimately, it was Revival hitting the Shadow Machine on Woods to get the pin, and Orton RKO'd everybody Kofi twice. That was effectively WWE this week. I'm watching UK just to see what happened here. Hell in a Cell tickets are coming. Oh, and they're going to be in Sacramento. Also, Evolve's champion Austin Theory headlines a new class of WWE PC guys and girls. I'm looking for this. He's only 22 years old. Dude's got such a future. He really does. So I'm looking forward to what Austin Theory could do.
Okay. So we'll go to the empty arena match from 4/25/1981.
All right, 4/25/1981. Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler.
Empty arena match. So whenever you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting
to see this ad go on, but I'm good. Good.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. Of course, Lance Russell and Dave Brown on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
The legendary Lance Russell and Dave Brown. Lance Russell's in the Observer Hall of Fame. Dave Brown.
I think the tape may be self-explanatory. Let's take a look at what I want to do. Is just, huh? Yeah.
This is a precursor to the.
I just want to do an opening in case this crazy thing comes off. And then if it does, we got something. If it doesn't, always lost it to.
Yeah, ring announcer in the middle of the ring here.
Lance. Again.
Lance posted up in the middle of the ring. Oh, he's got a different suit on. Okay.
We got enough light and everything. We can take it all down. And what we just, I don't even know.
He's going to light it.
He lighted a cigarette.
In the arena.
I mean, it's not going to offend anybody. There's no one to offend, so fine. And obviously, smoking laws are different. 30 years of difference, and almost 40 years.
South Coliseum. I think most wrestling fans know that Terry Funk, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Jerry Lawler, to me, man to man. Of course, Funk had accused Lawler of having homer decisions in his battles with Terry Funk previously and with Brother Dory Funk and so forth. He said, no fans, no officials, no police, nobody, you and me.
One-on-one. He said true one-on-one.
Asked me to deliver the challenge publicly so that it would be on record that he had challenged Lawler. Jerry Lawler later said, set it up. So here we are. We're in the midst of
let's get it. Okay.
300 empty seats. And that's all that will be here to witness this particular bout.
Because of the halftime heat.
Myself.
Yes. This kind. I guess is where they got the idea from. For the Rock Mankind in 1999 when Mankind won the WWE Championship for the second time, basically crushing Rock with a forklift, with the stuff stuff from a forklift.
So here at this time, we will just have to wait and see. If it takes place, you'll have a record of it. If it doesn't, then you will never see this.
Good counter. I'm watching. While this match heats up, I'm watching Mark Andrews. I'm watching Mark Coffey. Almost get a pin on Modfather, but he didn't get the pin off the chokeslam. It's a good chokeslam though.
I'll see him now.
Mark Andrews watching his partner on the outside, Flash Morgan Webster.
Terry Funk.
The challenge is coming into the Coliseum. And, yeah.
I'm ready to wrestle. Where is Lawler? I told you this is.
He said, "Where's he at?" He said, "Where's he at?"
Come on down here.
He ready to get this war on.
Who has everybody on the side?
What's the deal here? Are we gonna get a match or is it gonna be a fight? This sounds like it's about to be a fight. That's what this sounds like.
I don't. I came up here for.
Terry's ready to throw hands.
I'll tell you what I came.
Nice one. Mark Andrews taking out Wolfgang, and to get his work from Mark Andrews.
We would go up. We're not
just a little after 1 o'clock right now.
Meanwhile, Mark Coffey's was limping in and limped right into a pin and got. No, he didn't get the 2 count. No, he didn't get the 2. He got the 3. He got the 3. Yep. Huge win, Flash Morgan Webster beating Mark Coffey.
Yep.
Empty arena.
As Funk.
You go ahead and count him out. If you don't, I'll count him out.
All right. Well, you just asked.
He said, "I'm about to find you."
We're here. I'm not a referee.
I'm here.
I know.
I'm going to go ahead. Is he under the ring, Lance?
Oh, he's not under the ring. He hasn't shown up yet.
It's like, where you at?
It's like, where you at? He's like fucking delusional.
Do you get the feeling that Terry Funk's, like, pretty much from the time he started wrestling to about 65 was like, I'm coming out of bed ready to fight? I get the feeling Terry Funk had a bad day if he didn't throw a punch. From 18 to 65, pretty much. I get the feeling that he had a bad day if he didn't throw a punch.
Yeah. Yeah, he was wrestling. I think he.
Terry Funk is snapping.
Vicious promo.
This is so good. Terry Funk is snapped. Oh man, Terry Funk is snapping.
Well, you
This is quality. This is quality content. We didn't even get to people throwing blows yet. This is already funny. This is already really good.
I tell you that there's a good possibility.
And then Lance is like playing like the perfect foil.
He really is. Yeah, he really is kind of like he's trying to calm him down, but at the same time, like the stall tactic is really good.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and come up in here?
I'm not. Will you knock that stuff off? Look, you're the one that. Hey, come on. Okay, now look, Gary. You asked me to come down there.
And you treat me with.
Hey, well, wait. Just I didn't. Okay, I didn't. I wouldn't meet anything.
Wow.
With this. He wants to fight Lawler. He wants to fight Lawler now. He doesn't want anything else.
And I'm here in the event that Lawler, we set up to show it and have the match in there. Now, we've done our part of the thing. And the fact that he's not here isn't my fault. There, over here.
Uh-oh. Look who's there. Jerry the Kid.
I'm going to get over here again. I'm going to get
Hey, Lawler, come on up here. I'm going to break your crown. I'm going to break your crown, man. Look at that fool. Look at that idiot.
So Lawler's posted up all white. Looking clean in the all white.
Call him a jackass.
He's here.
Lawler's chilling in the all white. Very casually, very slow.
We're going to get back over to...
Walking very slowly. Also, WWE 24 of the year of return of Kofi, I thought was really good. They did WWE 24 really well. Yeah, but Lawler's not coming to the ring.
Get back around the table.
Funk is patiently waiting. Actually, not so patiently waiting.
We waited and waited.
He's got his crown off. He's got the cape off. Lawler's chewing some gum.
Because the suspense is building, even though there's no crowd.
Lawler now coming up to the...
Not only the suspense building, it's the fact that Lawler's drawing this out. Lawler's that's what's really making this nice. He's just waiting this out, and he's just taking his time and letting Funk stew in the middle of the ring.
Right
now he gets in the ring.
No official. Very Funk's trying to get Lawler to come say that he's giving it up.
Oh, nice mini brawl between Piper Niven and Rhea Ripley. Nice. All right. Y'all set up some stuff for Takeover. I like it. I dig it. Okay.
11,300
But now let's get to business.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Lawler and Funk are pacing. They're ready to throw some hands.
Wow. Holy mackerel.
Went into a side headlock, Funk back there, winding around the ring, and outside of it.
There's not going to be a side headlock, Lance.
No. We can skip all that. I mean, they tried one, but now they're just throwing hands.
In the ring.
Funk goes right out of the ring.
The battle to the finish.
And Lawler holds the ring, waiting for Funk to get back in. And it looks like he's going to allow Funk to come into the ring peacefully. I say peacefully for this moment in time because knowing full well when they get within arm's reach, there will be no peace.
Oh, down on the mat for the first time.
Right on cue, we actually got a collar double tie-up. Who knew?
And
then
out in the concrete.
Funk throwing some punches.
Over the chairs.
Back in the chair.
Funk
down, Lawler pounded on him. Nothing but a street brawl happening right here, and that was the idea.
Right into the chairs.
Oh, Funk just throws two chairs. My God, he's a madman.
Funk clearly has lost his equilibrium. And now Funk is going, he just threw chairs for no reason.
There's a lockup. There is a wrestling move in this match.
There's a dude in the yellow. I'm guessing he's either a photographer or a security dude. Actually, there's a collar elbow tie up outside the ring. I never would have expected that. Lawler sends Funk into about a half dozen chairs. Funk still hasn't recovered his found his equilibrium.
2-1 home. Funk now backing up around the ring.
Nice right hand by Lawler, though.
Waller chasing him out to the other side of the ring.
Funk is trying to get some distance. That is a security guy. Funk's trying to get some distance.
Ball back up there. Funk grabs one of the identification standards.
Oh my God!
He punched the top of it all.
Terry, what are you doing? Sir,
Putting on identification
are
number.
you trying to stab him and spear him with that thing? Oh, okay. He's using the fourth thing. Okay, he's using the fourth thing. He wants to use that as a weapon.
Obviously, there's no disqualifications.
No. But no, I didn't think there were rules. I personally didn't think there were
Funk
rules.
beats the shit out of Waller with the.
I honestly didn't think there were rules in this match, but yeah, this seems about right. And Funk he's just laying waste.
Pile driver on the floor. Oh,
That's concrete, sir. Oh, okay. They're not. The good is just not on the concrete. The bad is this barely hurts any less, as you can see. I guess we got the dude in the yellow serving as the ref. I guess. Is there a ref?
Funk going after Waller at the eye.
Lawler is hurt. He's hurting. Travis Banks. Interesting stuff.
Waller goes right back into the rows of stairs. Funk's knocking over the stairs with Waller.
it's not really a match, but this is a hell of a segment.
It's a quality fight, is what this is.
Up to the ring. Oh,
It's simply a fight until one person. I'm imagining this is just a fight until somebody can't stand. I'm going to guess that's what this is. Funk is finding even more weapons and more toys.
Back into the chairs, but
Waller's busted open.
No kidding. I mean, the pile driver to the floor probably is not the floor stuff that board he hit him with. Either of these things did the damage.
Completely wide open.
Funk screaming adds so much to this.
This dude is a madman. This dude is absolutely a madman. He's a madman for 50 years. Why are you gripping the broadcaster? Dude didn't do anything.
Come on, Terry.
Why'd you grip him up? Why'd he grip up Lance? He didn't have to do. Lance is just here documenting all this for everyone to watch.
Okay, come on.
Has that sort of spiky thing.
Terry Funk, you are a psycho. A wrestling psycho. We love you for it, but you are a wrestling psycho.
He's just digging at the eye.
This got fairly violent.
This got violent pretty quickly.
It really did. Once Lawler got into the arena, it's got violent fast.
Waller fighting his way back and just slammed Terry Funk. Kicked him right in the elbow where he had it. Terry Funk is down.
Nice elbow to the chin.
Waller picks up that.
Terry, you already know that Funk's equilibrium is somehow non-existent sometimes. You at least have an advantage there.
I can't see.
Karma.
Karma is a bitch.
Okay.
I mean, you did kind of want this and kind of cause this.
You caused this, and but that was a my eye.
That's effectively what ended the proceedings. That wasn't even a match. It was just violence. Just very sanctioned violence.
Cutting a phenomenal promo. And then we go back to our friends Jun Akiyama and Kenta Kobashi. We watched a match of theirs last week. We're watching the 90s version this week.
So now they're gonna run it back, and
No, this is actually the first match from July.
okay. So this is part one.
Part 1, yes. So we sort of watch it out of order, but we watch it in order with the list. And let me see what we're watching next week. We're watching like some lucha. So
Okay.
So yeah, so 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Airing a full, I believe, Nippon Budokan, where the G1 was.
Nice.
They used to stuff so many people in there. This theme is awesome, by the way.
It is a good theme.
Akiyama this time is in the blue. This is Jun Akiyama.
Akiyama rocking all blue. As Travis Banks with a solid win over Lucky and Kenny Williams. Oh, nice kick. He caught him with that kick. And that inverted fisherman driver. The key hustle gets it done.
Oh, you're watching NXT UK too.
Yeah, I've got UK on the screen. I got UK on my TV, but I'm watching the game on the. I'm watching the match on the iPad here.
Yep. Is that the Castellano Ilya match?
I didn't get there yet. They had 4 matches. So on UK, they had Mark Coffey. He lost to Flash Morgan Webster. Webster's return to the ring. We got Travis Banks ended up getting it done against Kenny Williams. Actually, it was the other way around. Williams beat Banks, and Noam Dar was on commentary the entire time. So obviously, Kenny Williams and Noam Dar have been cool.
Right.
They've been tight for a while. Now we're gonna get to Ono and Ilya next. I think they're gonna main. I think that's the main event because they did a promo with Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, and Piper Niven had a nice fight. So Clash of Champions is September 15th. Brock Lesnar will not be in the World Championship on the Universal title picture, which is fine. But we're gonna have every title on the line plus King of the Ring.
Ring announcer? Trying to announce the proceedings?
So let's see what you did. You got what? Akiyama is in the blue, you say? Yeah, Akiyama in the blue, or is Kenta in the blue?
Kenta's in the orange.
Kenta's in the orange, okay. Oh, also Nina Samuels did something. Nina Samuels is coming into the ring. 1-2 on UK. Alright, so the ref's getting the
line on the back in the day. So each wrestler had a designated color. Kawada had the black and yellow.
Okay.
Kala had the green and white.
Mm-hmm.
Akiyama had the blue. Kawe had red. Kobashi was orange. So
Collar and elbow tie up to start with, and we're getting right down to business. Forearms and chops. Back suplex block. Oh, nice. Nice shifting of the weight. And then chop. Akiyama off the ropes. Akiyama with a knee, but it was blocked. And a shoulder tackle by Kenta to continue the proceedings. They are off and running. Fast pace. Right off the moving with speed. They're moving with some speed here.
Get a clean break.
We did get a clean break. We see the knee pads, and the right knee of Kenta has an extra tape as an extra pad. Isla Dawn fighting is going to battle Nina Samuels. Okay. Not bad. That's matching UK. Right, they locked up with Knuckles. They locked up with the hands. Test of strength. And both parties are holding their ground. Kenta's kind of got the leverage. Kenta's got the leverage advantage, but Akiyama is still holding his base. He's got a solid base with his knees, and now he's being bent backwards. Nice core strength. He's trying to go for Northern Lights, countered. Both guys go for Northern Lights, roll through, and now the strength is still held together nicely. The knuckles are held quite nicely. They kept the hold together. Solid.
Roman knuckle lock.
Neither guy is trying to break the hold, or can at this moment in time. Knuckle lock is still locked in place. Both guys. And a nice kick out by Akiyama to continue, but countered. Arms drag, solid, good kip up. Nice forearm by Akiyama. The second one was blocked, and we're back to square one. Crowd is nice for this. Both parties doing their part and doing it well. Guys, the collar and elbow tie-ups. Akiyama gets shoved back to the ropes. Nice chop by Kenta Kobayashi. Made it twice. Akiyama realizes he can't take much more. Throws a forearm, but gets chopped again. Forearms. Many forearms coming, and a nice knee to the face by Akiyama to Kobayashi. Kobayashi now face down as the referee goes outside the ring to check on him, make sure he's cool. He seems like he's cool. He just got caught with a good knee to the face. Nice drop kick. Nice drop kick by Isla Dawn. Cool. Kick out, meanwhile, by Akiyama. Akiyama causes the cover, but a kick out by Kenta. Right headlock. We're actually getting a side headlock after the strike fest that we saw earlier. Oh, we also saw the I don't know if we commented on this last week, but the first AEW championship match is going to be at the Leopold Center.
What? The first AEW what championship match?
Nice drop kick. Nice delayed vertical suplex. And the strength and technique, well done by Kenta Kobayashi. Nice stomps the lower back kidneys.
What did AEW announce?
They announced that the Leopold Center show, that's going to be the first title defense, the AEW World Championship defense. The first was going to be at the Leopold Center. Yeah. So it's a live broadcast on TNT. That's going to be the first
title defense
championship match. Yeah. So whether it's Hangman or Jericho, that winner will have the first defender title at the Leopold Center on Temple University's campus. Nice back suplex by Isla Dawn.
This is a nice abdominal stretch.
It's a solid match between Isla and Nina Samuels. It's a solid match between the two of them. Nice counter. Counter. Good flow. Meanwhile, as we're getting back to the match here, Kenta is putting in work against Akiyama. You can't really call it an abdominal stretch because he's on his knees, but he does have the arm as if it was. You could say he's trying to shoot the half, but he's got a nice arm hold on him. Nice stomp to the mid back, middle of his back, and nice leg charm to the back of the neck. Nice. Oh, and he can kick out there. Ooh, that chop hurt. Ooh, that chop hurt. That chop did not miss. As we learned last week, Kenta can throw some chops. And Akiyama seems to be the one that could eat those chops. And respond in kind with nice forearms. Forearm after forearm after forearm. Both parties are staggering. Nice Oshiguro by Nina Samuels. And that's what gets it done. Nice, but Akiyama, nice response. Good match by Nina Samuels and Isla Dawn. That was a good match, but it was evenly competitive, pretty much. But a little bit too much from Nina. Meanwhile, Akiyama throwing some nice hands, throwing good hands. Nice diving, nice flying forearm. Nice flying forearm right there. Snapper takeover. Drop kick to the back of the head. Nice. Nice combination right there. Hooks the leg, and a kick out. Now we're going to go back to a rear chin lock. He's got the knee in the back of Kenta. The arms aren't quite under the chin. After confirming the announcement of the last man standing match that I mentioned earlier for TakeOver Cardiff. And that's a good brawl, too, between Joe Coffey and Dave McMaster.
Double last man standing matches.
I know you don't like last man standing matches, but I think this one's pretty fitting. I know you're not big on those, but I think that one's an appropriate last man standing. That's effectively what happened. They beat each other up until they couldn't stand up in the match last week. Ooh, nice move by Kenta. It basically took officials and the rest of Gallus to break up the two. So that's why we're at this point. Machine chops to the collarbone. Ooh, nice
Dragon screw leg whip.
Ooh, that was a nice dragon screw leg whip. Well played. Well played. As now we got a target.
Now we're gonna start chopping at the legs.
Yep. As Kenta is basically trying to fight off the pain. Oh, good block of the chop. Nice spinning back fist. Nice suplex.
He gets up.
And he gets it with the half.
He gets up.
With the half. Nice sequence, boys.
That was a nice sequence. Oh my god.
Both guys eat suplexes, and now Kenta's holding his knee inside the ring, while Akiyama's down on his back outside the ring. I also hope whoever wins the King of the Ring, they actually do something with it. Like dude goes on a serious run.
Title shot.
Yeah. Like the winner gets a title shot at TLC or the Royal Rumble or something. Like we actually do something with this. I know Survivor Series is going to be Raw versus SmackDown, but we actually let's get an actual push for the winner of the King of the Ring. So the person that actually wins it and probably actually wins the title and makes a run. Oh, now the barricade's being used, and it's being used effectively by Kenta.
Oh no!
Chill!
Oh hell no! Get dropped!
He did not chill. Full Nelson suplex from Kenta to Akiyama. I'm on the outside. He is down. He landed on the top of his head. It did not work. It did not work very well for Akiyama, which is exactly the way Kenta planned. Philly's got Jared Hughes to help in the pen. All right, not bad. Akiyama is down. His eyes are glazed like a donut. He is not moving. It is not a good look. Kenta is assisting him with this whole getting back in the ring situation. That's a big game changer of a move. This is a training session with Walter. Why? Why would you want to get shot by this man? Why? Why would you willingly sign up to get shot by him? Oh! What's the matter with you people? Walter's obviously training for his match with Tyler Bate. These small dudes are. I'm guessing young lions or something like young people just trying to get into the business. But these people are willingly getting this work from Walter. It's actually quite hilarious and gets chopped. Ow. Walter basically grinding his bones into dust. Meanwhile, not again. Oh, not again. This time in the ring.
Not again! Holy fuck!
Another full Nelson suplex. And somehow Akiyama kicks out. Walter's coming to bring violence to Tyler Bate and take over Cardiff. I'm all for this. That'll be a dope match. They're going to be face to face next week. Naturally, they're going to probably throw hands. I'm counting on them to throw hands.
Oh no.
Power driver? Couldn't get him up. He couldn't get him up. The knee bothered. The knee didn't have enough support. The Hunt will face the Imperiums, Bartel, and Eichner. Oh, okay. All right. I'll be a good match next week. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm looking to watch that. I'm with that.
High angle. Got the support this time from the knee, but still favoring it.
He was
Kobashi.
Kobashi was able to do the move. All right. It was his knee is still a hindrance. Unfortunately, Akiyama's really not able to take advantage of it. And it's the knee with the knee brace too. That's the other part about this. So the knee was already damaged goods going into the match. Until the dragon screw.
Oh hell no!
Wait. Why are you on the apron? Hold up.
Oh hell!
Please.
Wait. Don't German suplex him off the.
No, he's not going to German. He's going to go half and half. Nope. He gets it blocked. Akiyama thankfully got it blocked. And now it's kicking him in the knee. Smart. Oh, chill. Ooh, no.
That's a bad landing for Kobashi.
The move is, I don't know which is worse, the actual dragon screw or the landing. I don't know which is worse. Ooh, all of it hurt. Ooh, that's so painful. A 5-foot fall from the apron to the floor, I'm pretty sure. That hurt. Ooh, your knee is not in good spirits right now. That looked like that hurt. I can't imagine how it felt. Can Kobashi even stand? That's going to be the question. I mean, we saw last week he delivered the burning hammer, but can he deliver the burning hammer with his knee in this position? Oh, wow, this is not going to be good. But with his knee in this position, just a straight kick to the face. Jeez. Okay, Akiyama, I see what you're doing. Drop kick. 3 straight kicks to the face. No hesitation. Just 3 straight kicks to the dome. And then a drop kick as he has his knee into the barricade.
Akiyama, get in the fucking ring.
The problem is, can Kobashi get in the ring on his own? That's the problem here. With that knee,
Akiyama knows he can't win by count out.
No, so he has to get him in the ring. Before he does, he's gonna give him an inverted atomic drop using the steel barricade as the knee. And as you can see, his knee, Kobashi's, is in serious pain.
Oh yeah, Japan rules are different. You can win the title with via count out. Either
way, Kobashi's doesn't have much time to get in the ring to save his title. It's a smart game plan, I will say. It's a very smart game plan by Akiyama to target the knee. Knowing full well that burning hammer. You need your knees, the body, to support your body weight and the body weight of your opponent with the burning hammer. So it's a smart move to weaken the knee. That may come into play later on. Oh, Tree of Woe. Akiyama going to work. Kobashi is in deep, deep trouble. That Tree of Woe is on. That drop kick goes right back to the knee. This is a smart game plan. I'm liking the psychology here. I am liking the psychology here. There you go. Ooh, an inverted knee bar. Look where the leg is. The foot is crushing on the knee. Meanwhile, ooh, as he's not he's basically cross facing him with the opposite arm. And Kobashi gets to the ropes we get a clean break. This is not working very well at all for Kenta Kobashi. Meanwhile, Ono and Dragunov having a solid match. Dragunov shifted his body weight, but gets a kick out.
Oh no.
How much more punishment can he take on his knee? Ooh!
No!
I had to ask that question. Another very, and this probably was the worst of them all, another violent dragon screw. I had to ask how much more punishment can you take on the knee. I had to ask. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts so bad. Ooh. There was so much pain in that dragon screw.
So much pain, yet so beautiful in execution. Oh no.
Now they're back on the outside of the ring, and I sure to think what's happening next. Ooh! He just rammed his knee into the barricade. It looked like he was going to have him on a fireman's carry, and instead he just rams his knee into the barricade at a full sprint from about half the ring length in terms of length. Akiyama has been in pain for the last about 5 minutes, where Akiyama's delivered pain for like the last 5 minutes, and another just a basement drop kick to the knee. And Kobashi, I don't think has done an offensive move in the last 5 minutes. Everything Akiyama's done has been to the right knee. And now we're going for a figure four. Okay, now we're going to the figure four. Now, he trapped the good knee, but what difference does it make right now if he can't stand? So, as Akiyama is going to serious work, now he's going to work on the good knee, which maybe can be a bait and switch to get back to the bad one. So, it's a beautiful strategy right here. Akiyama, as you got 2 ways out of this: A, the ropes, or B, counter to an Indian deathlock. Choose wisely. And you might want to keep your shoulders off the mat as you do it, because that could also be pain. Akiyama is in complete control and Kobashi's in serious pain. Both guys are. Akiyama is controlling this. This figure four is deep and locked in tight. Kabashi's trying to inch his way to the ropes. He got a little closer there, but there's nowhere to go here at this moment. Oh, he blocks the. Oh, he actually broke the hold. I'm shocked he broke the hold. I'm shocked. I'm surprised he didn't keep it going. Oh, I see why you could do even more. What we commonly known as a sharpshooter, or scorpion deathlock for those who are sting inclined, that's what he's going for, and gets it. Again, locked in deep, and obviously the knee is the centerpiece. The right knee is clearly the centerpiece of this whole situation. The pain is very, very real on the face of Kenta Kobashi. He is in so much pain, and he's in the center of the ring. There's really nowhere for him to go. Now, as a grand finale, Akiyama is actually sitting on the lower back of Kenta. There is really nowhere for him to go here. Referee trying his hardest to break up the fall, but it's really not. Well, he actually broke it up. For reasons we can't understand. I don't know why he broke it up. I mean, there was no submission. But he did. So, Akiyama is in complete command. Kenta trying to get up. Can his knee even support it? Nope. He's not knocked out. There may be sweat all over the place. He may be sweating buckets, but he's still got a pulse. He may not have a knee after this match, but he's got a pulse. Oh, good close line.
Oh, nice lariat.
Finally, some offense coming in from Kenta. He gets clean with a nice lariat there. Ooh, good boot to the face. Dragunov looked like he tried to do a 619 type of move, but he got eaten. Right, he got kicked right in the face by Cassius. But the knee is still bothering. It is still bothering quite nicely. Kobashi. Akiyama does have some space, but this is a pivotal moment in this match, you would think. Akiyama is on the apron. Kobashi is in the ring on the opposite side. The referee checking on Akiyama. What's Kenta? You might want to plan your next move very, very carefully. And make sure you can actually stand upon delivering said move. He's inching his way over to Akiyama. And he's using the ropes for most of it, but now he cuts over and delivers the right hand. Takes it twice. Now the right hands and slaps. The slaps coming from Kenta. Kenta is now fired up and is delivering just straight chops. Another chop to the back of the head.
He's pissed off at all the knees.
It's coming back. Delivering chops all over the back, all over the head of Akiyama. And side headlock indeed. But this time, at least for Kenta, his right knee is to the back of Akiyama, so he really can't do too much to it. Look at the refs. The refs trying to inch into the ropes? Sir? Nope. Get a pinfall attempt and a kick out. He almost put him to sleep with that hold. Nice spinning chop by Dragunov. Dragunov and Ono. Dragunov throwing hands. This has been a pretty good match between Dragunov and Ono, I should mention. You know, Kenta is still on his feet somehow. Nice chop to the side of the head. And now backhand chop. And just a straight chop to the forehead. Kenta is absorbed a whole lot of pain and punishment, but he's still on his feet. He's still trying to move around, but that knee is bothering him. That knee is not in good spirits right now. Oh, solid chop to the head. Solid chop to the forehead. Nice lariat by dragging off the leg and kick out. Still moving around incredibly gingerly due to that right knee. It's Kenta. Nice going for the half. Nope, half blocked. Nice straight kick to the kneecap. And back to the knee. Smart. This has been a smart strategy over the last most of the last 10 minutes. Oh, word? Dragunov going for Gotch neutralizer? Oh, a neutralizer word? Can you, do you have the
Akiyama's a little worn.
Akiyama certainly is. I don't think he's in worse shape than Kobashi, because Kobashi's been favoring that knee for the last about 10, 15 minutes. Oh, that's creative. I like that. That's a creative move. I like what he did there. Basically driving his knee into the turnbuckle. I thought that was a dope move. Yep. Double arm DDT. And now Akiyama is going to the top. Ooh, nice forearm to the back of the head.
Oh.
Nice forearm to the back of the head and a kick out.
Floater.
Basically drop kick to the back of the knee. Spawner suplex.
Floater.
Hooks to the leg and a kick out. Back to the figure four. Oh, yeah. Back on that figure four. In the center of the ring again. It was even more damage done to that knee. You gotta watch the shoulders now. Watch the shoulders now. Yep, the ref's counting it down. Yeah, the ref's seeing it too. Nice. He had the shoulders down for 2, but not 3. Oh, shoulders are down again. Oh, and a kick out. Wait, Dragunov trying to go coast to coast? Oh, nice. Coast to coast on the arm. Good kick out. Meanwhile, the figure fours are happening. They're still in place. At least it was.
Akiyama's in complete control.
Yeah, this is not. This is nice chopping Dragon. Nice chopping. Kenta. He's trying to get up. Nice overhand chop. Machine gun kicks to the knee. Brain buster. Ooh, and nice one at that. Somehow a kick out happens anyway. He's going to try to pin him again, and a kick out. Yeah, I'm probably thinking, how do I finish you? The dude is trying open for a sunset flip. The bad news is Captain Ono is kind of big. Oh, he got caught. Ooh, I wasn't ready for that. Ooh. Nice sit out powerbomb. Dragunov is bringing it this week. It was a good match and a kick out. Go for an exploder, but then it was blocked. Kick to the back of the leg. Akiyama. Akiyama go for the suplex. Nope, get blocked.
Lariat did it in the back of the head. That's going to do something.
Certainly will. Certainly will. Both men are down. But again, I'm still concerned about how Kenta is going to be able to stand. Ooh, nice move by Cassius. Instantly shoving Dragunov off the top. Went into the barricade. Nice over. Quality clothesline right there.
And the lariat hurts more than the exploder.
Oh, elbow to the back of the head of Dragunov. He's got to be down and out. That is indeed the case. Oh no, gets Dragunov his first loss. That's a good match. Good match by those two. Good job. Good job. Somehow Akiyama is not on his feet, but Kenta is. Kenta going right after him. He's got a sleeper locked in. It probably could be counted. Oh, it turned into a half and half. Ooh. Hits it nicely. Hits it cleanly. One, two, and a kick. I guess the shoulder up at 2.
Right, he's like, what more do I have to do to this bitch?
That's an interest. I think that's the question both parties are asking each other.
Yeah, it is the fun part. What more can he do?
Kenta's somehow standing. Clearly limping, but somehow he's standing. Nice. Lariat. He got him flipped over inside out flow. Hooks the leg and gets the 3.
Yup. That was a hell of a match.
It was a good match. Somehow Kenta survives the onslaught to the knee and gets it done with several lariats. One of them basically flipping Akiyama upside down. Both these men are exhausted.
There's going to be no post-match angle after that, so clear wins.
All right, twitter.com/BeastMike is where you can find me. I will be producing for the Penn State game this next Saturday. I'll be producing for the game at the radio stations. I'll pretty much be there all day. That's where I'm going to go right after this for the Spike stuff, barring any rain, which looks like it probably won't yet. I'll be producing that game against Idaho on the 31st, but naturally I will keep my ears and eyes towards the college football that will be happening on day 1. We'll see if there's any type of drama or any type of upsets or whatever. We'll certainly get a look at that. But yeah, that's where I'm going to be at a lot of the next few weeks. The school starts up very soon as well.
DJ Wrestle on Twitter, and GITR Wrestle. August 31st is obviously the big day for the Twitter account because we'll be live tweeting all day, essentially, about college football and wrestling, essentially. So, that will do it for Beats Mike. This is Danny Kukler. Thank you for listening.